Okay, let me see. Okay, all right. So everyone, we're live. How are you doing, everyone? I hope everyone is doing well. So I'm just waiting for some people to show up quickly. Let me just adjust this. Give me a second. Okay. So how are you doing, everyone? I hope you're having a great day. So this is my first live ever. It feels so surreal. Oops. It feels so surreal. And yeah, I hope you're gonna have a blast with us. So yeah, I didn't come alone today. So without further ado, I want you guys to present you to my good pal. Okay, fine, be that way. So let me, Mr. Ian. Oops.
Oh, I think we're going now.
I think I
All
pressed
right.
too fast.
It's all good. I'm glad to be here.
What's up, Ian? So Ian, could you present yourself? Tell people what's on your channel and everything. Give me one moment. All right, so the scene is yours, my friend.
Okay, yeah, sure. My name's Ian. I'm from Okay Fine Be That Way on the internet. And on my channel, we basically do reviews and documentaries and a bunch of different stuff. So go on over and check it out. That's all I really gotta say.
All right, yeah, no worries. All right, so actually we have some comments even before the stream started, and also someone just posted a comment. So
Okay.
let's go and read the comments quickly, and then we'll start with the topics. All right.
Okay.
All right, so we have our first comment. It's from my good pal Jose Leiva Diaz. How are you doing, man? Thank you so much for writing. So he says, right now I will say it. No, comic books have their own public and video games too. I, for one, hate adaptations to live action because it loses the magic of the original work itself. I mean, he has a fair point here. Like that was actually a debate that people have been saying for a lot of times. Like when you adapt either something from a video game, something from a comic book, or just yeah, you. I mean, like it's for example Harry Potter. Like you have like a whole book, or Last of Us, or you have like a whole like a whole video game. Like I don't know how many hours it's you play, and then like you do like an 8 hours show. So for sure you're gonna lose a bit of magic there. But I don't know. Like I kind of like some adaptations. Honestly, like I'm always interested for some live adaptations, but I want them to do it properly. I mean, like it could fail, yes, but you can see some of them like they didn't even try. Like they just wanted to kind of cash grab you, and that kind of sucks, you know. What do you think about this, Ian? What do you hate actually adaptations, live actions, or you're actually on board with that?
um, I kind of think that I was going to go into this a little bit later, but yeah, actually, I
Yeah,
think it's a good topic for now. I actually pretty much agree with what Jose Libya. I don't know how to pronounce his name,
labor,
but
labor.
Liba. Yeah, I kind of agree because my favorite comic book adaptations are the animated ones. Like my favorite Batman movie is Mask of the Phantasm. My favorite Spider-Man movies are the Spider-Verse movies. So I actually do kind of think I wouldn't say that I hate all live action adaptations, but even if you go to like Japan, whenever they do a live action adaptation of a manga, it's usually not very good compared to like an anime adaptation of a
Yeah.
manga. So I think that this person's onto something.
Yeah,
Um,
definitely. Like, yeah, definitely. So I know him. He's my good pal, and we always have these discussions. Actually, so yeah, he should. I always tell him you should open a YouTube channel because like he's more on the defense all the time. So like that would be actually interesting because like I mean like here like we're agreeing with him. Like we're not saying like he's wrong here. Like I mean like yeah, like me too. Like honestly, I kind of rather have them do not every time live adaptation. Yeah, you could do animation or other stuff, you know. So yeah, I kind of agree with him.
and
All right,
apparently,
so
like if you go to like the DC animated movies, they get better reception
yeah,
than the
exactly.
live action theatrical versions do.
Yeah,
So yeah,
exactly. Yeah, yeah. Actually, that's a good point that you're bringing because yeah, DC animated movies have been. I think they even built like their whole a whole universe of DC animation, and now they
yeah.
reboot it, and once again they're starting another one, which is actually okay. As what I heard. I didn't watch them
Mhm.
yet, but I heard it's actually okay, pretty decent. So yeah, I don't get it. Like it's the same company. Why don't you bring those writers or give them more money and they could do something even greater? I don't know, man. DC sometimes they are their own enemy sometimes.
Very true.
All right, so let's go to the next one. Oh my God! So this is my good pal DJ from Movie Time Minute, my man Jason, with a live stream tonight. Woohoo! Thank you so much, DJ. So I did. I don't know if you saw this, but his first live stream was. I don't remember if it was with me. Sorry, no, he did one alone, and then he did it one with me, and we talked about Eternals. We were defending Eternals because for us, it's a really underrated and underappreciated movie. So yeah, so it was really fun to. Do you agree with that, or you
I
didn't
haven't
like?
seen it, so I don't know.
Oh, okay, okay, okay. I mean, it's very different. It's very different. Maybe that's why people don't like it. It's way too different from
Okay.
the other MCU movies. So yeah. By the way, guys, so Movie Time Minute. The last time I saw his page, it was at 197 subscribers. So guys, come on! Like I want tonight for you to go and subscribe to him. He has to reach that 200 subscribers, guys. He can do it. Also, don't forget to subscribe to Okay Fine Be That Way. You're almost at 3K, right?
Yeah, I'm hoping by the end of the year I might be able to get there.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Is
So,
it?
guys, don't forget, go to subscribe to Okay Fine Be That Way. Also to Movie Time Minutes because they're awesome content creators, and we are here to support each other, guys. So yeah,
Yeah,
thank you so
absolutely.
much, DJ, for saying hi. And let's go to another that I know him, Dark Movies. How are you doing, man? This guy, you might not know him, but this guy, like, sometimes he's in live streams. It's like 4 a.m. where he lives. He lives in Norway. This guy
Huh.
basically he doesn't sleep, but he's really cool, man. So he says, "Hey, doing a live stream, nice." He said, "Also, I'll see if I can hop in the chat." Hey, man, like just the
Oh.
fact that yo, man, just the fact that you left the message, that's really awesome, man. Seriously, thank you for the support. And yeah,
Oh,
also,
these are the messages from before we went live. So
yeah,
like,
yeah, this is the message. Yeah, this is the
okay.
message from before, and we have a new message from my good buddy that I'm going to talk about soon. So yeah, Dark. If you see this, well, thank you so much actually for joining. First of all, that's really cool, and for letting us a message. And also, if you guys go subscribe to Dark Movies because I also did a Rogue One watch along with him not too long ago, and he always puts like he's really a horror guy. Like seriously, like he makes his own intros of horror. It's really cool. He's really
Nice.
clever, man. Yeah, he's really
Yeah,
clever. There was one like he had blood and everything. I'm like, damn, Dark.
it's the month for that. So go
Exactly. Yeah, it's the
go
perfect
check
month.
out Dark Movies content for your horror
Exactly,
movie
man. Yep.
needs.
Yeah, man. All right, my good buddy Luke Ponto. So he actually messaged us some minutes ago. So what's up, Luke? Jason, my guy. So Luke actually he's doing. I know he's doing a live stream also at 8:30, I believe, for his 500 subs celebration. So congratulations to you, Luke.
Oh, sweet.
Um, and yeah, man, I wish you all the best, man. Seriously, it's just the beginning. Continue like that, man. You're
Yeah,
awesome,
same
man.
here. I remember when I hit 500 and it just keeps going up. Believe me.
Yeah, exactly. It just keeps going up. I'm already like at 413, I believe now. So yeah, me too. I'm kind of hoping I can reach that 500 by the end of the year. That's the goal, man.
Yeah, that would be awesome.
All right, so I see we have one person in the chat, so it's okay. All right, so you know what? Well, let's go slow then. Let's go slow anyway. People will show up. So let's go with the first topic. So I actually want to know like your general thoughts on video game adaptations. Like yeah, for you, like I don't know, like growing up, what was the movie video game adaptations that you remember? What do you think in general about them? Are they usually good? Do you prefer not them? Not studios, Hollywood studios to do them. Like, so your general thoughts about it?
Yeah, so I guess we're talking about movies, but most of the video game
Yeah.
adaptations that I watched were like television show adaptations, like stuff like the Donkey Kong Country TV show, or
Okay.
like yeah, like these different ones like the Super Mario Bros. Super Show or Captain S and stuff like that. Um, and I think it's going back to that comment. I feel like video game adaptations they do kind of work better as animation a lot of the time than they do as
Yeah,
live
I
action.
agree.
So like the cartoons and stuff. But yeah, it's I actually did create or I wrote a video called the complete video game movie timeline, which was on One Up Binge, which I write for.
Okay.
Pardon me.
No, that's okay. No
Um,
worries.
yeah. So with that, it kind of went through the entire history, which was very tumultuous for video game adaptations because when video games started getting popular in the first place, um, you know, people saw the money that they could bring in if they put them in the theaters because they were so popular. But it was always some out of touch studio executive that didn't really understand the game, and they would put together this movie, and it would be horrible. Like a lot of those like early video game adaptations
Oh my god.
are awful. Like,
Yeah.
and yeah, there was that guy Uwe Boll who made like a bunch of them. Like he did House of the Dead and Alone in the Dark and freaking Far Cry. All those like
Yeah.
horrible movies. Um, but I've met Uwe Boll and actually I like him as a person, but he
Really?
made
Oh
some pretty
no.
bad movies. Yeah. Um, uh, but yeah, in recent years, it's kind of gotten a little bit better because you can sort of see that the people making movies now are people who actually did grow up with the games. Like
Yeah. Yeah.
back in like the 80s and 90s, video games were a new thing, so there's no way that like all these studio executives were playing them as kids.
Yeah.
So they didn't really have like the thumb on the pulse of what made them good in the first place. But because we live in an era now where it's long enough and like people who are making movies grew up with video games, there's more, authenticity and more accuracy. And, like the Mario movie was very accurate and
Yeah.
authentic to
Yeah.
what the games are like. I haven't seen The Last of Us show, but a lot of people say that like it follows the games very closely, albeit omitting quite a few things. And
Yeah.
yeah, so like we are definitely, I think, moving towards an era where video game adaptations could legitimately be turning into something great. Like, how comic book adaptations eventually became something great. At one point they were kind of like, people didn't really get what they were supposed to do with Batman and stuff like that. But as the years went by, it just became a lot clearer and clearer as, mistakes kept happening, and then we slowly moved towards progress. So I
Yeah. Yeah.
feel
For
like
sure.
we're definitely in an era to where the wheel is starting to turn. I'll just say it that. I don't think we're completely out of the woods yet when it comes to bad video game adaptations and stuff like that, but I
Yeah.
definitely think we're getting closer to something that's bearable.
Okay. Well, nice. Yeah, actually, that's really interesting what you're saying, and keep that thought because we're probably going to talk about it later on. As for me, well, the first video game adaptation that I remembered, like I watched, was Mortal Kombat, the first one.
Mhm.
And I have to say that was my favorite video game adaptation for a while.
That one's not that bad actually. So
Yeah, actually, yeah, that was like there was Street Fighters, the Mortal
that was
Kombat, like
horrible.
yeah, like so many horrible video game adaptations, and that was the only one that was actually pretty good. And the second one, I don't know what happened, and it was one of the most disappointing, like the most awful video game adaptations because I didn't see all of them. So one that was one of the most disappointing things I've seen. I'm like, dude, like Johnny Cage dies like 5 minutes in the movie. I'm like,
Yeah.
dude, what the hell? And then the movie just becomes just a garbage. Like seriously, I'm like what happened from the first one to the second one? Like what the hell? So
Yeah,
so
Mortal
yeah.
Kombat Annihilation's pretty
Oh
awful.
my god. Like I remember I was once in my movie time minute when we were in this live stream. Actually, someone asked me that. They asked me when was the what movie made you realize that movies can be terrible, and I'm like that was easy. Mortal Kombat, Armageddon, man, that made me realize, oh damn, movies can be really bad. I was
No,
just
I
like,
mean that's a good choice actually. Yeah.
yeah. So yeah, because like the first one is so great, and the second one you're like, ooh. So yeah, so Mortal Kombat was my favorite video game adaptation. I think it still is probably, but I don't know. I should rewatch it again because today, like, I'm more towards Sonic, maybe a little bit Mario. Like I'm more towards them. But I
Yeah.
have a special heart for Mortal Kombat, and also like because it was done like what in '90s, so actually it's actually not too
Yeah,
bad. So
Mortal Kombat, like I know some people were kind of they didn't really like the fact that it was PG-13 because it didn't have
Yeah,
all the gore from the games and stuff like that. But other than that, I think it's actually pretty good.
yeah, me too. Yeah, other than the PG-13, actually, yeah, it
Yeah,
holds up really well. So yeah, actually, like after Mortal Kombat, I don't remember really seeing a lot of video game adaptations, or maybe I've seen them and I didn't know it came from a video game. Like, so I don't remember that we had like these huge IPs, video games that they made, or like I said, I wasn't like so invested on video games. I was more invested on Crash, Sonic, Mario. So so those three
yeah.
you can't really miss them. You can't miss them if they do a movie or something. So, but they didn't. They weren't making movies of those.
Oh, I
Like
kind of
let's say
want a
like
Crash movie now. Actually, that you say that out loud.
oh, I would love that Crash movie. I would, but animated, please, animated.
Oh, do not do a live action Crash
Do
movie.
not do not even try a live action for that. Do not.
Yeah,
Or what if? Or wait. One better. What if they turn Crash into a horror movie like Winnie the Pooh?
that could
Oh,
work. I actually do remember those old PlayStation commercials where it'd be like the guy in the Crash suit, and then
oh
he'd
yeah,
have
yeah,
like So maybe they could do something like that.
yeah. Imagine that they try something like that. Oh my god, that would be insane, man. But yeah, so I feel like there was a gap there, like between the Mortal Kombat. Then I remember there was like Chun Li that I watched, and I don't remember nothing. And now today we're like this year and last year, like we had quite a bunch of
Actually,
video
like
game
the
adaptation movies. Like, so I was like, or content actually. Like, I remember, especially like on Netflix, we started with Castlevania. I think we have a what's a Cyberpunk, I believe. We have
oh yeah,
Cyberpunk. So like they started to really and they started to be good. That was the key. They started to be really good or enjoyable enough that people weren't like they weren't saying, "Oh, it's terrible. It's another video game.
yeah.
It's still cursed and everything." So yeah, so that's why like with you, like I feel like there's a progress and I can't wait to see more.
Yeah,
So
the thing is, like, video games adaptations did kind of get popular in the early 2000s because Tomb Raider came out
yeah,
and the Pokemon movie came out, and those made a lot of money. So that was
yeah,
like the studios, like, hey, we need more video game adaptations. And then there just became so many video game adaptations after that, and they were pretty much all bad. I mean,
yeah.
they're maybe not all of them. I mean, Silent Hill was okay, but I
Yeah,
mean,
that one I didn't
most of
watch. People told me it's actually decent. Yeah, that one I didn't watch yet.
Yeah, if you're a fan of the games, that one actually has a lot that you could appreciate about it. I mean, it's not
Okay.
the greatest horror movie just in and of itself, but as a video game adaptation from that time, it's pretty good.
Okay. Yeah. Because I remember I watched House of the Dead 2. Was horrible. House of the Dead 1, I didn't even understand why it was titled that. What else did I watch? Like, oh, one I never watched, and people said actually it's a decent video game adaptation. It's a Warcraft. So that was
Oh,
the
I
only
haven't
one.
seen that, so
Yeah, that's that one. I haven't seen it yet. So I wish I could see it one day to see like how it was. So now let's go to the other one that it's actually the same thing, but now let's go with comic book adaptation. So, oops, sorry. So again, like your general thoughts, like what was the first one that you watched, like, and what do you think, like growing up and to today, like how did the comic book genre adaptation, superhero especially, evolve? Like,
yeah, that's the kind of the thing is like I wasn't quite as big of a comic book guy when I was a kid as I was a video game
okay,
kid. Um, but I did watch a lot of those old comic book movies and stuff like that. And I eventually, going into my teens and stuff, I started to read comic books a little bit more. Um,
okay,
but yeah, I'm trying to think what the first one I saw was. I remember it was either one of the Batman movies or the Christopher Reeves Superman, like the first Superman,
okay, nice, okay.
uh, which that one might still be my favorite. The Christopher Reeves Superman. It's at least up there. Um,
The first one, right?
yeah,
Superman.
the first
Or,
one.
yeah.
But there was yeah, I watched those. I watched the Tim Burton Batman movies and the Christopher Nolan ones too as they came out, and the Joel Schumacher one. Actually, Batman and Robin was one of the first movies I watched, and I was like, wow, this video or movies can be horrible. That was one of the first things that came to my mind. But yeah, because like, are you still there? I just the audio went silent on your end.
Oh no, no, I turned it down. So I
Oh,
continue.
okay. Okay. Um, so yeah, so video game or sorry, comic book adaptations I think have had a better track record than video game adaptations as time went by. But I feel like because of the just the boom that Marvel made when they like did I could say Iron Man, but really it was just the entire build up to the Avengers and what that did. Like
Yeah,
that really perpetuated them to being like the most popular genre. Because like it used to be like, oh, once in a while, a comic book movie would come out, like Spider Man would come out, and then like a year later, Fantastic Four would come out, and then a year after that, Spider Man 2 would come out. So it'd be like one or two a year, but now it's like I don't think that a month goes by without some sort of comic book adaptation coming
yeah,
out in some form. So,
yeah, true. Yeah, so
um,
definitely like yeah, with you a little bit. Like my first one that I watched, the first one that I remember like a lot was Spider-Man, the first one. But I'm pretty sure I've seen first probably Superman, but I was too little to remember that.
mhm,
With Christopher Reeve, of course. So that's why I consider more Spider-Man because that one I remember. I remember having a VHS and I put it myself. Uh,
mhm.
so so that's the first one that I really remember and really loved. Christopher Reeve, I love the first one. I didn't watch the other ones for some reason. I don't remember the other ones. Batman.
You don't have to, other than Superman 2.
Yeah, that's
Superman
what they
2 is
told me.
good, and then you
Okay.
can just stop.
Yeah, I can skip it. All right. I watched, of course, the Batman. I watched Batman with Michael Keaton, the first and second one. I thought they were really good. Um, the other one with Jim Carrey, is it Batman Forever?
Yeah,
I don't remember the
Batman
title.
Forever.
Batman Forever. I thought it was actually okay. I didn't think it was like, well, as far as I remember, I was very young when I watched that, but I remember it was okay. Batman and Robin was
I think
yeah,
you
like
cut out for a minute on there on my end. Sorry.
oh, okay, sorry. So yeah, yeah, me too. Like I've seen something. So yeah, like I was saying. So yeah, I watched the Batman with Michael Keaton. Like I said, I don't think, at least for me, I don't think Batman with Jim Carrey was that bad. It was still enjoyable. Especially like I love seeing Robin. Robin was one of my favorite characters of DC. So um, it was nice to see him. Batman and Robin. I thought it was just not garbage, but just I don't know. Like I just didn't enjoy it really.
I would call it
So,
garbage.
you loved it?
No, I said I would call it garbage.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah,
I do love it in an ironic sort of way. Like I love the
yeah.
Arnold Schwarzenegger.
It's so bad that you like it. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's what
what
makes
killed
it
the
good.
dinosaurs? The Ice Age.
Oh my god, those cheesy lines, those nipples, like what the? Just why? Like,
The nipples were in Batman Forever, if I remember correctly.
but I don't think like they do it like a huge. If they were there, they don't like focus. Like there's so many shots that they focus. Oh yeah, the
Yeah, they
chest,
were much more
like a
like
lot, like the butt.
egregious in Batman
Yeah,
and
like
Robin
a
and
lot,
stuff.
even like the butt, the like that was kind of weird. Like I was just like, okay, okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, and then like yeah, I feel like at least comic books, like they kind of, although they have like some, there are some bad comic books movies, like especially like I think in the 80s and 90s. I feel like compared to video games, like they still had like this, I don't know how to say this, but you still had some solid video game adaptation, sorry, solid comic book adaptations once in a while, like compared to video game, like it's just, it was almost unexistent at one point. But here, like I don't know, like you have Blade and you have the Spider-Man trilogy of Sam Raimi, then at least you have the X-Men's, which are actually good as well. So yeah, you had some hit and miss, but
Oh yeah,
they
Logan is one of my favorite comic book
oh yeah,
movies
Logan.
ever.
Yeah, me too. Like that's amazing. So yeah, and then like yeah, starting with the MCU, like that's I think what boosted like this, like the image of like superhero genre in general. I think DC, it was always there, but just Marvel, they put it on the forefront. Like they really helped in that specific way. At least that's what I think. And
Hmm.
yeah, like, and I've seen some great DC movies, like some great Marvel movies. um I don't remember if I've seen a lot of comic book adaptations like outside of Marvel and DC. I know there is some. I remember the one with Vin Diesel lately. I don't remember what's the name.
The one
Uh,
with Vin Diesel, I'm not sure. I mean, I've
Bloodsport, I think. No, no, no. That's
okay,
DC.
maybe.
No. Bloodshot. Bloodshot, I think.
Yeah,
Uh,
I mean, a lot of like my favorite comic books and stuff adaptations are like adaptations of foreign work, like Snowpiercer, for example. Like that's an
yeah, yeah,
adaptation of a comic book that's from France, I believe.
yeah,
And I really like that movie a lot. So,
yeah, yeah.
and there's a TV show too. I haven't seen that though.
Yeah, I didn't see the TV show yet. Yeah, the movie is good. It's actually really good with Chris Evans,
Yeah.
early Chris Evans. Huh? So yeah, so I think yeah, we like compared to like I said compared to the video game adaptations, I feel like superhero in general like they had a little bit, they had a better run throughout the years than video game adaptations, and that's why I think then they just needed that boost that the MCU gave them, and I think DC kind of follow it at certain point, but now yeah, that's what I was going here like the next topic, what happened to the superhero, like actually do you think, like first of all, do you think this was a good year for superhero comic book adaptations? And people are saying that superhero comic books adaptation are dying. Do you agree with that? And if yes, what happened to that we got to that point?
Well, it was okay, so that was like three questions, but I'll
Yeah,
try
I
to
know.
like
Yeah,
answer them one by one.
yeah, my bad.
Um, yeah, that's okay. So I think what really brought us here is like there's a few different things. One is like I feel that Marvel was kind of the standard to go by for a long, long time,
Yeah,
and they had like an idea with where they were going and what they wanted to do with it with like the first few Avengers now or when they came out. But I don't think that they thought this far ahead. It's kind of like with what happened to Pixar, because like Pixar had a really good run for like its first 10 years, but
yeah,
after that like the company didn't know where to go, so like you'd still get the good movie, but the quality wouldn't be as consistent as it used to be. And I think that's kind of happening with Marvel a little bit. And but even so, like usually with Pixar, we'd get a movie once a year. Marvel, we get like 4 to 6 movies a year. Like that's
yeah.
like
That's a
kind of
lot.
crazy. So yeah, like I kind of figured that eventually this train was going to maybe derail a little bit, and it's like it's also just the overabundance of them in general, not just from Marvel, but like you have DC competing, and you have like all these
Sony,
different
you have
yeah,
Sony
all so many
Spider-Man's
different.
competing. Yeah,
Yeah, absolutely. And we're also getting to some of the more obscure comic books that were never really that popular to begin with, like Blue Beetle and stuff like that. Like, I don't think I ever heard anybody say that that was their favorite comic book character before this movie came out.
yeah.
Um,
Also, The Boys. We have like speaking of dark, The Boys, Invincible.
yeah, those kind of things too. And yeah, it's kind of like what happened to the westerns back in the day, because we used to get like an abundance of westerns back in like the 50s, 60s, 70s, but eventually just bubbles burst, and now
Yeah.
we still do get westerns, but they don't come out nearly as often as they used to. And I think that's kind of like, I don't think the comic book movies are like dead, like, oh, I don't think we're ever gonna like stop seeing them in their entirety. I do kind of think that maybe the bubble's starting to burst though, and there's going to come out with in a little bit less frequency.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, so yeah, that's a really good point what that you're bringing here. I believe that, well, first of all, like Marvel reached a peak, like there's like that's how life goes. Like there's a point in life where you can't go higher. It's like net, for example, people were saying that about Netflix, like like you charge people, but there's one point that you can't do it anymore because like you've reached the limit, like there's not more people that are gonna come to Earth. Like you reach a peak, like, and like here it's kind of the same thing. Like you reach your peak, you told your story of 10 years that you wanted to tell, and of course now what's gonna come, it's gonna come a downfall because like like the hype, you made it, you made the hype. Now for sure, like I don't know, like the World Cup champions of of rugby, or well, actually no rugby, no, because South Africa is in the final once again. But let's say, I don't know, in soccer, like everything, like you're a champion or you did the best, you were number one, you reach your peak. It's really hard to do it twice again. Like that doesn't mean you're bad, but it's just like you're gonna go down a little bit, and that's kind of normal. Like it's not every year
Yeah,
you're gonna be consistent and everything. So that's why I was like, I think like I was already anticipating that okay, Marvel is going to have a little bit of a downfall after Endgame because it's normal. Like they killed off
yeah,
some great characters. They're going to another chapter, and they're doing something a bit different, that instead of just rebooting or just bringing once again, I don't know, like those favorite characters, they're trying to really continue with others. And of course that takes time to build up again once again, so that's why like that. So that's why one of the things I was like, well, that's gonna affect Marvel, that's for sure. But like that's repairable. What really brought Marvel, I think, to a downfall, it's Disney Plus. Like once they announce Disney Plus shows, I wasn't really sure about that, and that's actually what I think really hurt it a lot. At least Marvel, at least the brand, because like they put some Disney Plus shows that at the end of the day, even the best, let's say Loki, at the end of the day, they never delivered as people wanted them to deliver. Even Loki, because people say like Loki is amazing, but I heard a lot of comments that I remember I love Loki, but Loki, like there's like two episodes in the middle that you don't know what they're doing. Like basically they didn't really know how to continue, and then yeah, then okay, yeah, it was amazing, blah blah. And it's true, it's really good show. It's the only one that had a season two, but even that. So at the end of the day, like they never really found that right footing, and it made it even worse because like you have to spend more money on those shows because those shows are not cheap. They take a lot of time of Kevin Feige. So Kevin Feige like must be traveling every day to every set, man, and he can't multiply himself. And the guy is also getting a bit older. It's been 10 years, so for sure he doesn't have the same energy as before. So that and all of that, I think, really
that's a
not
good point
killed.
too.
Yeah, exactly. So like they're really diluting a bit Marvel. And now the thing that I'm really surprised is how DC couldn't hang on without Marvel, and that's the thing. I was like, damn, that's why like people that's why like every comic book. I think that's where the oversaturation came because they saw Marvel as the giant, so every comic book, or well, yeah, every comic book like adaptations wanted to do something there because they wanted to go with the hype. Now today, it's kind of that's why people are like it's kind of dead because like the big giant is not there anymore, or they're in reconstruction, and the others can't do it themselves. So that's what I thought like DC could do it, but I don't know. Maybe with James Gunn, we'll see. But yeah, so I think like that, so yeah, for me, like like the oversaturation, that's what really brought. I don't think it's dead. Like people that say comic books adaptations are dead, I don't think they are, and we're gonna talk about why it's not. And it's not even just me, Jason, saying it's not dead because I want to say that. I'm bringing actually some facts to prove that it's not dead
Oh
because
yeah, that's exactly how I feel. It's like I don't think that it is
yeah,
dead.
yeah, no, it's not dead. It's just it's taking a step back. That's for sure, and it has to. It was inevitable, like Thanos would
Yeah,
say. It needs to take a step back because that's how it is. That's how it went. And yeah, but like for this year, it was in terms of the image of comic book adaptations. I don't think it was a good year for the image of the comic book adaptation. I think we
oh
were
no, I don't
still
think so.
yeah, like I think we're still going what happened last year. I think we're still going there in this year, and maybe even worse. But in terms of actually like box office, that's what I wanted to go and check now. It's actually not that bad. I think like people are really putting flames where they shouldn't, because it's not actually that chaotic. I mean, it's not bright for sure, but it's not like chaotic as people want to say.
I think
So
it's just a comparison to what they used to make.
exactly, yeah. So because I can't share my screen, but okay. So I have here the box office. So I'm looking at the first one that we had. All right. So
Hmm.
one of the biggest flop for sure of this year was, of course, the one that had to start the Phase 5 of Marvel, which is Ant-Man and the Wasp. That was a really huge flop,
Don't you mean Ant
box
Man
office wise.
Quantumania?
Yeah, Quantumania. Yeah. Yeah. So that's really a huge flop. It did less than 500. 500 millions. I was about to say it in French. Five hundred 500 millions. It did less than 500 millions, and I think it kind of cost a lot. 200 millions budget without advertisement. So that's actually, yeah, it's an expensive movie.
Yeah,
So yeah, so that's why I'm saying, like, in terms of image, it hurt it a lot because like Ant-Man and the Wasp was supposed to be like, okay, so we had a phase four that we were told it's because of COVID, like it was hard to shoot and everything. And yeah, they're right, actually, that's true. But I knew that Ant-Man and the Wasp, like, some of those movies were still filmed in during COVID era. So we're still, like, people say like we're not in the COVID era anymore. We're still kind of are, because like we're still seeing the repercussions of what
yeah,
happened in that time still right now. Maybe like in 2025 or 2026, we can finally say, okay, we're through the COVID era, but now we're in the writer's strike and
yeah.
actors
That's the thing
era.
is
But
like, well, I mean, apparently the writer's strike is over, but the
yeah,
actor's strike
it's
is
the actors
ongoing.
strike. Yeah, yeah, it's the
But
actors strike.
yeah, I don't think we've actually seen the effects of that yet, but we will.
Yeah, we
Um,
will for sure. Yeah,
but with yeah, with the COVID stuff, like that is another thing. Like Quantum Mania, from what I've heard, I haven't seen it, but everybody could tell like it was a COVID movie. Like there was a lot of special effects because they couldn't film outside,
yeah,
and they tried to work around those restrictions and stuff like that. Yeah, and it's a thing where it's like there's always there's always going to be some shit going on in
yeah,
Hollywood, and we're gonna always see the repercussions of that seep over into the movies themselves.
yeah. So yeah, that's the thing. So that's why, like, when we watch, so you see, like, just like on the top of my head, I know that Shazam 2 flopped tremendously. The Flash flopped
Oh yeah,
tremendously. Ant-Man and the Wasp flopped tremendously, and I can't remember the other movie that actually did poorly. But I can remember also other movies that did actually pretty well. Spider-Man into the Across the Multiverse did pretty well, or is it Across the Multiverse?
across the
Guardians of
Spider
the
Verse.
Galaxy. Yeah, Spider-Verse. Yeah, Guardians of the Galaxy almost made $1 billion. I mean, I think it was like 900 millions, which, I mean, it's not bad. You see, like, it's not bad. So that's why I'm like, I don't think they're dead yet. It's just like, yeah, they had to take a step back, and maybe some of them, yeah, unfortunately, like, even like Captain Marvel, I think that's a movie that's gonna be hurt once again. Maybe even Aquaman, we'll see. But yeah, that's why, like, in terms of image, it's not looking good. Hopefully next year it will be better for them in terms of image and box office. But I think, yeah, like, if you have some solid box office, like the three that I named, it's not that chaotic. That's what I'm trying to say. Like that's why, like, I think we're putting the alarms a little bit too soon.
Well, it's also not just the box office though. It's like a lot of those movies did not review that well. Like
Yeah,
The Flash, I know didn't get very well reviews. A lot of people didn't like Quantum Mania that did
yeah,
see
no, they
that. A
didn't
lot of
like it.
people didn't like I forget the other one that you just
Shazam?
mentioned, but
Shazam?
yeah, Shazam got mixed reviews too. I
Yeah,
remember.
Shazam. Yeah,
Um, but yeah, like personally, I thought that the Across the Spider Verse was one of the best comic book movies I've seen
yeah,
in years.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
So
Yeah, like,
yeah, and
actually, like, yeah, Spider Verse and Guardians were actually pretty solid movies, and the box office shows. One movie that actually I'm really disappointed that didn't do well in the box office, and actually it's a pretty good movie. It's Blue Beetle. That's where the DC brand is really hurted, because Blue Beetle was actually really cool, and I can't believe like it was a flop. That really sucks, man. That really sucks to see that.
I didn't see it, so and maybe I'm part of the problem, but
Yeah, yeah, no, no, but it's not you. It's like that's what I'm saying. Like, it's how the brand is being hurt. DC is really hurt. DC, like, I don't know what's gonna happen with Aquaman. To be honest, like, I think at this point people were just saying, just put it so we can end this and we can start something different with James Gunn. So I don't know if people really want to see that movie or not. Um, but yeah, but that's why Marvel really, really should be really careful, because, like, yeah, you can't, like, right now for sure, like, people are skeptical of Marvel. Before it was like, oh my god, everything that Marvel puts, I'm gonna watch it for sure. But now, even me, like, I was so, like, always like down for a Marvel content. Now today, I'm picky about it. So that so you see, like that's crazy.
That's fair. Yeah.
All right, so the next topic I wanted to go with well, so the next one was oops, give me a second. For some reason it doesn't work. Okay. So now I want to talk about, was this a good year for video game adaptations though?
Uh, I would say yeah. In terms of, I mean, okay, the Mario movie didn't get great reviews, but I mean, absolutely, fucking banger at the box office.
The
Um,
money.
yeah, and also, if you want something that did get good reviews, I mean, The Last of Us is probably one of, if
Yeah.
not the best reviewed video game adaptation that's ever existed.
Yep.
Um, and it doesn't even just end there because the Twisted Metal TV show came out. Um,
Yeah.
the Tetris movie came out, the Gran Turismo movie, and I think those all found success in their own ways too.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um, I don't think they set the world on fire, but I think they got pretty good reception both critically and financially. So,
Yeah. Yeah.
and that's the thing. It's like it might not sound like, oh, like, okay, so there was one really successful financially, one really successful critically, and then a bunch of pretty successful movies. But in terms of video game adaptations, that's probably one of the best years we've ever
Yeah.
had because it
Yeah.
used to
For
be
sure.
so horrible. Um,
Yeah. Yeah. Like, it's so crazy. It's really magical for. It's a really magical year for video games because like, so we had Tetris, which is kind of a. I mean, it's not really from. It's like a biopic, as well as Gran Turismo, right? Something like that. Yeah. So, but it's still like based on the real stories of that video game. So it's still like kind of yeah, it's still
also,
related to
Dumb Money, if you want to count that.
which one? Dumb Money?
Yeah, if you want to count that, because it's like a biopic about GameStop and the crash
Oh,
and
really?
everything.
Okay, that I didn't know. All right, so you see, like, so Dumb Money. I remember I didn't watch it yet, but people say it's a really good movie.
I haven't
Tetris,
seen it either.
I haven't seen it, and people say it's really good. Gran Turismo, I've seen it, and actually, I did enjoy it. I remember you thought it was a pretty okay, but I mean, at box office wise, like it I think it made the century mark, so that's a good sign. And I think I remember like it was really one of the maybe in the top three of when they put it on iTunes. Like once they finished their run in the movie theaters, they put it on iTunes first, and then they put it on the streaming service. So actually, it was like on the top three for 2 weeks. So people rent it. So
Okay.
it's actually so that's actually good. Yeah, the Super Mario, of course, that's what blew us all, and that it's thanks to Super Mario that like people started this discussion, and then seeing like that the movies sorry, the video game adaptations were actually either good with the audience or with the critics or at the box office. You talked about twisted metal. Twisted. I was about to say twisted metal. Twisted metal. I heard they're going to have a season two, as well of
Okay.
Castlevania Nocturne. Like I heard mixed reviews about that, but it still got a season two. So actually, it's pretty good. That means at
But the
least it was
Castlevania follow-up show?
yeah, the Castlevania follow up show.
Oh, I didn't even know that was out yet. So
Yeah, I wanted to watch it. I couldn't watch it yet, and like usually, like I have this friend that he's such a huge but huge fan of Castlevania. He didn't tell me nothing about it, so I suppose like he wasn't down or so that's where I went to watch, and I remember like I went to watch on Rotten Tomatoes. I saw like the critics didn't really like it, but at least it got a season two, so at least we know like a lot of people at least they had a lot of watch hours at least Netflix to green like that. So that's why like I think yeah it's I've been hearing some mixed things about Five Nights at Freddy, and that kind of sucks because I was actually really, really excited for that movie. I'm still gonna watch it for sure. But
and when you
even
say mixed things, did you like find out any specifics?
well, everybody most of it because there's like I just found like four of them, but most of them are saying like it's really bland. You know, it's really generic.
Oh, that's
Um,
a shame because like I could see Five Nights at Freddy's either being really good or
yeah,
just really bonkers and awful. But
yeah.
I would have preferred one of those two extremes to just land.
But I heard others that say like it's the same case with Super Mario. If you're not a fan of Five Nights at Freddy, maybe you won't like this. So I'm like, okay, well that's not bad. So at least if fans are happy with this movie, well, I mean
I've never
that's not
played
bad.
Five Nights at Freddy's, so I wouldn't know. But
Yeah, exactly. I never played that. Like, look, for me, it's just like even if let's say Five Nights at Freddy is a disaster, people don't watch it, which I don't think it will happen. People will watch it. I even heard that the prediction for the box office looks pretty positive, at least for this week. Also, knowing that this movie comes at the same day on Peacock as in a movie theater, so that's actually really interesting to see that. But let's say that Five Nights at Freddy is a disaster. Nobody goes watch it, and it's a disaster. Even so, we had like a lot of other IPs that were actually pretty good. So just one, it doesn't make it doesn't. I don't think we could generalize a bad year of video game adaptations just because one flopped. You know.
oh yeah,
So
I mean the success of Mario, especially. I mean that's just going to guarantee there's a bunch coming.
yeah, for sure. There's a bunch coming in. Honestly, I can't wait for that, man. I can't wait for that. So wait, so now what I wanted to do was actually like go to. I don't have my paper. But anyway, I wanted to go through the actually the movies that came. But since we talked about that, I actually want to see the next year what's gonna come. Do you know like just off the top of your head like the movies comic book and the movie of
No, I don't
based on video
actually.
games? All right,
No,
so
I
I
don't.
know. All right, so let's go. All right, so one of the movies that is coming next year of let's go with comic book adaptations. The first one is Craven the Hunter, like that I remember. So I don't know, I don't know about
I don't
that.
know anything about that. So
The only thing I'm actually a bit intrigued it's that since it's R-rated, I think that's the way to go with the Spider-Man villains at least. So at least we have that.
yeah,
But aside of
that
that, I don't
is
know.
a good thing because I do. We do need more R-rated like comic book movies because the thing is like Deadpool kind of like broke down that door, but a lot of people I think are still afraid to do it because they don't think
Yeah,
they're going to make enough money from it.
oh, speaking of
So
that, so all right, so February 14, you have Madam Web, which is a Sony Spider-Man universe. I don't know how they called it, but yeah, Madam Web
is
for
that like
Valentine's.
connected to Venom or something?
Honestly, I really don't know what Sony is doing, to be honest.
Okay. I mean, I only really care about from Sony the animated ones. So
Yeah. So then we have another. All right, so I heard that it's going to be pushed, but we should have Deadpool 3. So that's why I'm like next year it should I think at least image wise it should repair the a little bit at least the comic books adaptation because we have Deadpool 3 which is a huge one. People want to see that for sure. Oh,
yeah.
We have a Garfield movie. I didn't know that.
Oh yeah, I guess that is a comic book movie.
Yeah, yeah, true it is. So we have the
Yeah.
Garfield
So
movie
yeah, there's that.
with Chris Pratt once again. Chris Pratt is in a role, man.
Yep, I was aware of that.
Chris Pratt, Nicholas Holt, Anna Wedding. Oh wait, she was in Ted Lasso. Okay. Um. So what else do we have? Okay, we have another. Oh God, we have another Venom, which is supposed to come in July 12th. So that I don't think that will help the brand.
No, no.
All right, this one should help the brand. Captain America: Brave New World. I this one is a challenge actually. This one I'm intrigued to see how it goes. Following Captain America Sam Wilson, we'll see how this goes. But what about this? Are you excited for this one?
I don't know anything about. Was there like a TV show like The Winter Soldier?
Yeah,
Because I didn't see that.
yeah, they did
So
Falcon the Winter Soldier, and like basically you see like why Sam became Captain America. You know, it's not just like okay, we have Sam becoming Captain America and deal with it.
yeah,
This is like he really does like what I like about this show, it's like you really see the progress and why, first of all, Sam didn't want to be Captain America and why he became after Captain America. So that was actually fun to see that, you know, not just like okay, we gave it to Sam, deal with it in the next movie, and that's it.
yeah, okay. I mean, yeah, maybe I'll see that. I don't. I think I'm a little bit behind on Captain America, but
But that's a huge IP. Normally, usually at least the three Captain Americas that we had were actually quite strong and people liked it. So hopefully, yeah, hopefully like this, people will still enjoy it. Oh, we have a comment. So it's our good friend Movie Time Minute. Hope you guys are doing well tonight. Yeah, we are, man. We are doing well. Thank you so much.
And I hope that you're also doing well.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, we hope you're doing well. I really hope like by tonight you can have that 200 sub, man. I really hope so. I told people to subscribe to you, man. So I really hope you can have that
What
200,
did
man.
you say that he was at before?
Uh,
What did you say he was at before?
where he was out before?
In terms of the subscriber number?
197 last time I
Oh,
checked.
okay, yeah.
Well, let me check. Okay, I'm gonna go check him now. Hopefully he's at 98. So yeah, like he just needs three, man. And
Yeah.
his most watched video is a movie that I didn't like. It's the new Scooby Doo and Crypto 2.
In
It's
crypto too?
yeah, like it's Scooby Doo and Crypto. So Scooby Doo and DC animated, and boy, I
Oh,
didn't like
okay.
that. But he loved it. He loved it, and I just felt guilty to bring my dad to watch that with me. But
Well, I mean, it's okay. You're allowed
yeah,
to
I
not
mean,
like Scooby Doo crypto or whatever.
yeah, it's just I remember like I was watching it, and like after 20 minutes, I was like, "Yo, dad, like, are you enjoying this?" He was like, "Yeah." And he was like on his phone, and I'm like, "If you want, I can change something." He was like, "No, no, it's okay. We can finish it." Like he did that by respect. I'm like, "Oh shit." So yeah, but I'm glad he enjoyed it. So and yeah, thank you so
Mhm.
much, DJ. Thank you so much for asking that. So let's see, where was I? Oh yeah, so we were talking about. Let me put this. Okay, so we were talking about. All right. For example, I have here a video game adaptation next year. We have Borderlands. I remember I had a friend who was like a huge fan of Borderlands. Have you played that?
No, I haven't. But they're like first person shooters, but with kind of a goofier tone, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
Like they're kind of like comedic and stuff like that. So yeah, I mean that could be fun.
Then this one, you see another one that should be a huge discussion topic next year. Joker, the second one, Folia 2, with
All
Lady
right, yeah.
Gaga. Yeah. And then I mean we have other movies. All right, so we have Sonic 3, December 20,
Oh yeah.
Sonic 3. So this is a challenge for Sonic. Now Sonic has to put another, like he has to follow that bar of Mario. I believe so.
The Bar of Mario.
Like I mean like I don't think like people will, I think people will expect that Sonic not maybe crack the 1 billion, but at least like be a somewhat more decent because if I'm not mistaken, Sonic 2 made like 500 millions, which was actually okay for the COVID era, especially
Yeah, I
Sonic.
was gonna say Sonic 2 came out like right before the COVID
Yeah,
lockdowns
yeah,
and
and Sonic
everything
1
like that.
came
So
when COVID started. So yeah, so that's why like it kind of sucked, but so yeah, but that's why like I feel like people will at least me too. Like personally, I hope if Sonic is a huge brand and they want to stay on the game, they should do it like they should have like 700 millions at least. I know it will
aren't they
never be
doing a
like
Knuckles
30.
TV show as well? I heard something about that.
Yeah, there's going to be a Knuckles prequel. Like I think no, not
Okay.
even. I think the Knuckles TV show is, if I'm not mistaken, is between well, it's after the second movie, but also before the third. It's a prequel of the third movie, so probably we'll see a scene of the third movie in the show. So at
Okay.
least that's what I heard of. I don't know like if they changed that, but yeah, that's what we should get for next year.
I'm just wondering, like the next Sonic movie, Shadow's coming in. I wonder if they're gonna follow the same story from Sonic Adventure 2 and like go up into the arc and everything.
Man, like I would love. I respect what they okay. I respect what they did with Sonic, and before I go with Sonic, people that love Sonic like to joke about this, and also like people that love Nintendo. You know that rivalry, Nintendo and Sega.
Yeah.
Like people are saying, oh, it's thanks to Mario that now the video game adaptations are really getting stronger, and people say no, it's actually thanks to Sonic that it started and Mario it's continuing. What do you think about that? Is that true or?
Well, I mean, I'd say that before. like there was like Detective Pikachu and Sonic, so it's like those movies were really popular. Um, and there was I'm trying to think. I mean, Warcraft made a lot of money in China, but it
Yeah.
didn't do that well domestically. And then yeah, I don't think that it all started with Mario. No, I think that there were like definitely some building block or like some dominoes falling before Mario, and Sonic 1 and 2 were some of those dominoes. And for
Yeah.
the record, I thought that Sonic 2 was a better movie than the Mario movie, personally.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I don't know on Sonic 2, and because I think personally, like as a movie itself, I think Sonic 1 I prefer it more than Sonic 2. As a fan of Sonic, I think yeah, Sonic 2 has more things that give like yeah, for a fan like it's better for me Sonic 2 than Sonic 1. So
Yeah,
I'm
that's why I
really
liked it more. It's like I like having Tails and Knuckles here. It's
yeah, exactly. I loved having Tails and Knuckles, but I think that was the flaw of that movie. Like we have too many characters. Like I wish we could have had just Sonic and Tails, so you can like have more time with them, and then maybe Sonic and Knuckles. Whereas the first one, like you really have time to meet Sonic, to know Sonic, also to know the human character, James Marsden's character, which was so sidelined in the second one.
yeah, that's a good thing in my opinion. I
Oh yeah,
preferred
yeah, it
Sonic
is.
to the humans.
No, yeah, it is. It is honestly like yeah, like I it's just like yeah like I grew to kind of like his character, so that's why like in the second one I'm like okay yeah I understand we're doing this, but I mean like if we're gonna do that like I'd rather just leave where they are, like just go show me like other worlds of Sonic that we've seen in movies. That's why I love Mario on that aspect. They went full Mario because they could, because they were doing animation. That's why I'm pretty sure if Sonic would be like released after Mario, I'm pretty sure they would have done the same thing, like go with
Yeah,
animation
you might
instead
be
of
right.
live action. But it's a bold choice, so that's why I respect what they did. But it's just
Yeah,
honestly, I would have loved that they adapt Sonic Adventures, because I think Sonic Adventure, first of all, I think that's my favorite. Sonic Adventure 1 and 2 are my favorite Sonic video games ever. Maybe
Mhm.
Sonic 1 also, but those games are fantastic cinematically wise, and that's why I was like those two movies could fit like in a live action adaptation or whatever you want, something adaptation. But that's why I was like, oh, I wish we could have gone with that tone, because it was a bit more serious, like although like it's still Sonic, it's still Knuckles, it's still Tails, it's a bit darker. Where what we have, it's like more for children-ish, so that's why I'm a bit torn with the Sonic franchise, to be honest.
yeah. I mean, like I kind of think maybe I would have preferred it if it was more like the games and stuff like that. I don't think the Sonic movies are great, but I think that the characters had more personality than the ones in the Mario movie, which is kind of why I did.
Yeah,
As a movies, like as an adaptation, I think Mario was better. As movies, I think Sonic was better.
yeah, I agree with that. Yeah, I think yeah,
Mhm.
yeah. So yeah, I agree totally with that. So yeah, I'm trying to see. Well, I couldn't find like all the list of the video game adaptations, but it's okay. I think anyway we've been for it now. So yeah, actually, well, on my part, I already told you the topics that I've seen. I wanted to go by every movie or and that every adaptation that came out this year, but it will be too long, and we didn't watch all of them. So. But do you have like any other things you wanna share with us?
Uh, in terms of this year, let's see, what did I think?
Or I mean, just in general, like I mean, like yeah, for this debate, for example, like why do you think this was a topic? Like why do you think people really? I think it was because of the good year of the video games, I suppose.
Yeah, that's part of the reason, and I think that I mean, people do understand the studio executives and how they make decisions, and they might. I do think that, like, if anything, like Warner Brothers, which owns DC now, I think they're going to start acquiring more video game properties and trying to adapt them onto the big screen, along with their DC, like not instead, but just like a different department,
Yeah, yeah,
where you have like the DC film department, and then they'll have like a department that's like dedicated to making a Halo movie or whatever. Um, but Yeah, I mean, there's a well, actually, I guess there's the Halo TV show, but I don't think
Yeah,
a lot
well,
of people
you maybe
like
remember
that.
that, and I believe they said they were going to have a season 2, but I never heard anything of it anymore. I wouldn't even
I don't.
surprise if it was canceled.
Yeah, they probably. I don't know if it got canceled, but I think it probably got not renewed. so
Let's see, Halo TV series. What's the status? So Halo TV series. Okay, well it says okay. So Halo premiered blah blah with the series already renewed for a second season. The first season was met with mixed reviews, with praises aimed toward its action scenes, cast, and visual effects, but criticism for its derivative writing and alterations from the source material. But they don't say if they're filming the other one, so the second
okay,
season. So I
I don't
don't.
think it's a high on their priority list.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's what from Paramount Plus, I believe, right? Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, Paramount Plus. Yeah, yeah. I don't think that. Yeah, yeah. I don't think they're. Yeah, probably they're going to continue because they have to contract wise. But yeah,
yeah, and that's another thing too. Is like I think Disney's probably going to. I mean, I guess they have LucasArts under
yeah,
their belt if they need to make a Monkey Island movie or something like that. But I think they'll probably try to acquire more than what they have.
yeah, yeah. That's true. Yeah, yeah. Because at one point, like you have a lot. Like you have to. Like sometimes, like they don't even know what to do with that anymore. Like I don't know if you watched The Sandlot. It's a
Like when
baseball.
I did when I was younger.
All right, so that's one of my favorite, like maybe like top 10 favorite movies of all time,
Hmm.
just because I watched it so many times. And they were supposed to do like a series on Disney Plus with the original cast. Like they even have like this 25 years later where you see the cast. They're talking about like how was those 25 years like experience and everything. And that was like when I think like in either 2019 or 2020. Until today I didn't hear anything about that, like anything at all. Like it's crazy. It's
Yeah.
like the show. I don't even know if the show is going to come at one at this point. Like we're already like what 2 years later. We didn't hear anything about it, so I don't have too much hope.
Well, it was 2019. I mean, so much stuff got screwed over by COVID and then the
Yeah,
strikes and stuff after that. So, yeah, the status on a lot of things are very up in the air.
yeah. Oh, speaking of that, like I want to point out that apparently I don't remember who said this from Marvel Studios, but apparently they or someone leaked this information, but apparently like Marvel Studios were and also Lucasfilm they were obligated by Disney to announce projects of future like 4 years like that are coming or 5 years, and that's why you have some of them that already are being canceled. Like I heard the Wonder Woman, sorry, the Wonder Man show is being canceled. um Lucas had their well, Star Wars had their own projects that have been canceled. So that's so I think that these Bob Chapek didn't really help the cause.
Probably not.
Yeah, he really yeah that was he really messed it up. Like seriously, like that was yeah. Wait, give me a second. We have oops.
We got another comment.
Yeah, we have hey Kenny Sparks. Hey Jason, sorry I'm late. It's okay, man. Thank you for being here. So Kenny Sparks is another of my great dudes. He's really cool. Um, so if you don't know Kenny, is really cool. He was
I
actually in the
saw
video.
him.
Sorry.
I was just gonna say I've seen him on your videos sometimes. I think.
Yeah, yeah, no, he was in the collab video
Yeah,
that we
that's
did
right.
for yeah for he did the month of December. He did December with his cool song and everything.
Yeah. Okay, I
So
do remember that now.
yeah, so yeah, Kenny Sparks, he's really cool. He's growing his channel so fast. It's really nice. He's
Cool.
a so he has like his group movie tubers with the guy Movie Time Minute. There's another guy called Zach Attack Reviews, and oof, it's another Jason. I think it's Zen Screen Reviews. I always
Okay.
that's the sorry. By the way, Ken, you will say sorry to the other Jason because I always mess up his YouTube channel, and I feel so sorry about it. I just call it Hey Jason, and nice video and everything. But yeah, he said I
Is his
appreciate that.
YouTube channel like complicated? Like, is it a complicated name?
No, it's just me. I'm complicated. It's just me that
It's
makes it
okay.
complicated. He said I appreciate that, bro. No, I appreciate you too for being here, man. Appreciate you for being here.
Yeah, thanks for showing up.
Yeah, man. It's just I will admit that we kind of covered a lot of things that we wanted to talk about. So I don't know unless like you have something else like you want to point out. All right, Screen Zen reviews. All right, it's all. Yeah, that's his channel, Screen Zen reviews.
Screen
So
Zen reviews.
yeah, so the four of them, like they have this group called the Movie Tubers, and they put some awesome content, man. Sometimes they invite me, or sometimes they invite other content creators, and it's so
Movie
good.
tours? What exactly did they do on that?
The movie tubers, well, they do live streams. They talk about movies. They talk about,
Oh, movie
for example,
tubers. Okay.
yeah, movie tubers, movie
Okay.
tubers,
I heard tours. I'm like, are they going to like different lots and like seeing like film sets and
movie
stuff? I
tours.
mean, that would be cool. That'd
It
be
would be
cool,
awesome, man. Not gonna lie.
but it's a good idea for a channel. But I
Movie
mean,
tours, yeah, that would be awesome. Like, especially because they live in United States. So I mean, yeah, for sure. I'm not saying like,
yeah.
what do you want, guys?
Well, I mean, I live in Vancouver, and there's a lot of stuff that gets filmed in Vancouver that just passes
Yeah, true. Yeah.
as a. Oh, here's another question.
Yeah. So, what do you guys want out of the Reshape Marvel show? Oh yeah. So, have you heard of this news? So apparently, Kevin Feige has said that now he wants, instead of limited series, now he really wants like 2 3 seasons of a show. Like he doesn't want just limited series and we pass to another one, because like yeah, that I think he ran out of fuel. Like that really must have killed him. So yeah, what do you think about that? Like he really wants to have like shows that are really like first of all, not limited series. Like he wants to put the budget, but also wants to tell the story that he wants to tell. So yeah, he's reshaping the Marvel series with
Into
Disney
making
Plus.
it like 2 or 3 season shows,
I mean, it's
or
not like obligated, but he would love that instead of just limited series. Like because limited series, like yeah, I feel like you just put a show and then it's gone and whatever. Like let's pass to the next one. It's basically like throwing everything to the wall and whatever sticks, we'll do a second season if Disney wants. So
yeah, I mean, like I think it's a. I mean, we'll just have to see how it turns out, but I think that there's a good chance it could work.
yeah, for me, like honestly, I would say that yeah, first of all, like scrap some TV shows. I mean, like yeah, for with all due respect for Yahya Abdul II, I think seriously, yeah, I don't need a Wonder Man show. With all due respect to Paul Bettany, I don't think I need a Vision show as well. So I heard that scrapped as well, and good riddance, because I don't think I need that neither. Like for example, Falcon and the Winter Soldier, I could see why they made a show about that, because, like I told you, instead of having a movie, Captain America 4, where he's already Captain America, and you didn't see like this progress and everything, yeah, it will be kind of, people will say it was cheap, but now people can't say anything about that, because we had a show where they literally tell you why he didn't want this, how's the society, how the society would see him as a black person carrying the flag of America and things like that. So it was just more than just, oh yeah, we're doing this for an agenda, let's say like that. So that's why like I really love that. There was a purpose to that. Loki, what's the purpose of Loki? It's to introduce Kang and the multiverse. Like so it's to put the seeds of that. WandaVision was to introduce really like the witches, how Wanda would be this evil threat for the third of Marvel, not for Doctor Strange. That was really a letdown. I'm like, dude, seriously, like you made all that hype, and in Doctor Strange, she's just mad already, and that's it. But the other shows, like I was just like, what was the purpose of these shows? Like it was okay, we introduced this character, it's nice, or we know a little bit more of the backstory of this character, but that's about it. So I would love, yeah, multiple seasons. I think, like, for example, Hawkeye. I liked Hawkeye, but I don't know when I'm gonna see Hawkeye nor Kate Bishop again. So that's kind of a bummer. If I knew I had a second season, I would be hyped for that. But since I don't, I'm just like, whatever. Okay, it's another show that's gone.
Okay.
So, so yeah, I would love that multiple seasons. Kenny Sparks says that would be cool. Oh yeah, the tour. Yeah, the tour. That would be cool. Movie
I actually
tours.
am going on kind of a movie tour. I'm going to
Where?
California in December, and we're going to stop by places like the town where they filmed Alfred Hitchcock's The Birds and stuff like that. So it'll be cool.
Okay, can you repeat? Because like you kind of lag at one point.
Oh, I was just saying that I'm going to go to the town where they filmed The Birds in California.
Okay, okay, that's cool, man. That's nice. Here we only have like, well, actually, I'm saying that, but here they scream. Sorry, they filmed Scream 6 here.
In
So I
Montreal?
was, yeah, so I was able to see it a little bit, but it was because my friend, he works like in the sets. So like he can just take some photos, but he's not allowed to. He showed me quickly. It was so cool, man. You could see the train, the blood and everything, but he didn't see the cast. Like he said like because he's really like just working on the, to be honest, I don't know. Like he never told me exactly what he works on. Probably doesn't want to tell me, but it's okay.
Yeah. A lot of the
But
movies that are there's a bunch of stuff filmed in Vancouver. So like whenever I watch the Sonic movies or Deadpool, I'm just like, hey, it's Vancouver. I know that place.
Vancouver.
So it's like
Kenny Sparks says, yeah, it's gonna be the multi-season series. Yep. Kenny Sparks also asks, what they are doing with was essentially filming movies and cutting them up into episodes. Yeah, I agree. Yeah, that is one thing that people have been mentioning so much. Yeah, it feels like especially Falcon the Winter Soldier. And I don't know why it's the only one that I remember so much, but especially I remember that one. It felt like it was just a long movie cut. That's how it felt. It didn't feel like an episode. You know, like every episode, like you have something that will hype you for the next one. I wasn't hyped for the next one. I was just like, okay, I want to see what's next because we kind of cut this, you know. But it wasn't
okay.
like, yeah. So it wasn't like, oh my god, you know, like they leave you on a cliffhanger because that's how series are made, you know. Especially series that you have to come back the next week. So that's
Yeah.
where I was like, okay, yeah.
Okay, fair.
So yeah, so hey, thank you so much, Ken, for those questions, man. Those were really great. Question to you, Kenny. What do you think? Like, was this a good year for video game adaptations, and which one would you like to see? And actually, I'm gonna ask you the same thing, Mr. Ian. Which next video game adaptation would you like to see on the big screen?
Oh man. See, my mind instantly goes to like really weird ones. Like, what if they did like an Ape Escape movie? I would totally
I would
love
love
that.
that. It's not weird. I would
uh,
love that. I love Ape Escape.
yeah,
Oh
that
my
would be
god.
good.
I don't own it anymore. I was looking if I own. No, I sold it. Oh shit, the
Uh,
first one.
I would love a Metroid movie, like
Yeah,
done in like a that could be really really cool. Ah, dang, what else?
you know, like a Metro movie. I think I always told I've always seen Metroid associated with either Netflix or Amazon. Like it's really dark. It's a really dark
Yeah,
concept, and it will go so well with either Netflix or Amazon. Like I don't know, like it shouldn't be kid friendly, like
yeah,
Metroid.
that's the thing. It's like if because Nintendo combined or they teamed up with Illumination for the Mario movie, and that's not who I see doing the Metroid movie justice.
Yeah.
So it would have to be done right, but I would love a Metroid movie. I'm trying to think of yeah, what else?
I remember you
Uh,
told me a Pikmin movie.
oh
Pikmin.
yeah, Pikmin absolutely. I would love.
But that would be animated would work definitely fine for Pikmin. I don't see that as a live action or even a 2D live action. I don't think
I
that
mean,
would
if
be.
they did, it'd probably be like Avatar, where it's like not really live action,
Yeah.
but they kind of say that it is.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly. We have some more comments. All right, I'm gonna read the other comments. So Kenny said Falcon Winter Soldier was fantastic, but they could have just made it into a movie. Yeah, I agree. Yeah, yeah, it felt like a movie, like a 6 hours movie. It felt like that, and probably they could have cut something, but yeah,
Maybe that's how they made it initially, what they intended it. But
yeah, I think so. Kenny Sparks said absolutely. So he said really enjoyed Super Mario. The Sonic series has been great, but my dream would be Oh my god, yes, that's my dream. The
oh, we
Crash
were talking about
Bandicoot.
that earlier. Yeah,
Yeah, oh my god, the crash. But wait. I'm gonna go check something. Wait. I'll be right back.
sure. I would love for the Crash Bandicoot movie. Now that I'm thinking about it, to be the guy um, in the mascot costumes that was in those PlayStation commercials, and if they did it that way, it'd be so funny.
Wait. I'm hearing you. All right, I don't find the other one, but man, I'm sorry, I don't find the other one, but man, this
Is
one,
that Crash Bash?
Crash
Nice.
Bash, Crash Bash, because
I
of the
mean,
video.
it's
Crash,
coming up. It's like fading in and out, but I see it.
yeah, this one is a Crash 3. Come on, come on.
Crash
What?
3 is amazing. Crash 3 is
It's
one of my favorite games
amazing.
from that
I
era.
also I played with my dad yesterday. Actually, we played Crash CTR on the PS1,
That
and I
one's good
also have
too.
that's amazing too. And I also have Crash 2. For some reason, I never had Crash 1, and I can't find it. Like I tried to find it here on pawn shops and
No?
everything. I
Okay.
can't find it. I
Okay,
found
that's
one, and the guy
interesting.
was selling it at $90. I'm like, oh, that's too much, man. That's way out of my budget.
That's a common game. Like it shouldn't be $90.
I don't know, but it's actually at least here where in Montreal, it's actually rare. Like I don't find it really. Like
Oh, actually, maybe in Montreal because like
yeah, because
it's
I
kind
don't
of
find
weird
it.
because I have a French Canadian version of The Link to the Past. I'm like I didn't know they made French Canadian games, but apparently they did.
Yeah, so yeah, like that's why like I think it's yeah. At least here I didn't find it, and like I said, when I find it, it's above $70, above $70, and the one I found at $70 was like the box was all. It wasn't good. I saw the CD was
Yeah.
so like it wasn't good. It wasn't good. I'm like, I don't know.
To be fair, I think
Kenny,
Crash 2 and 3 are better than the first one. So I think that you're probably
yeah, yeah, yeah.
if there's one
I
that
just
you
want,
don't
I
have
just
in your
wanted for the
collection.
collection. I just wanted for
Yeah,
the collection.
exactly.
But yeah, I know, I agree. Like Crash One is oh my god. Like you could that's the prototype because I played it on the PSP. Oh my god, man, man. If I
Yeah,
played
it's
that
just
on
like running
PS1,
forward and then collecting apples and
oh
jumping.
my
So that's
god.
about it.
No, but you can't save. Like like in Crash 2 or 3, like you're in the level you can save or something. Oh no, no, sorry. Like was it yeah,
You
like they
mean the
have a different
checkpoint?
they have a variation of the saving. So it was really hard to save in the
Yeah.
Crash Bandicoot 1 compared to the second and the third one.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
so
Gosh.
Kenny said Crash is my favorite video game. Yeah, me too, man. Like I that was the first thing that my dad showed me. Like it was Crash CTR. He was playing. I think my dad finished Crash CTR and Crash Bandicoot 2 in one day. Like he non-stop he played. That
Nice,
was
yeah.
great. Yo, that PS1 was about to burn, man. It was so hot. But he loved
I'm
that.
surprised it didn't. Those PS1s are fragile.
Yeah, I know. No, but he had like the smaller one. Like there was the big
Oh, okay,
PS1,
yeah.
and then you had the smaller version. He bought the smaller version, so
Okay,
that's why.
that's
But
good.
damn, yo, even that one was like, oh my god, that's really hot.
Yeah.
but, but yeah, me too. Crash Bandicoot has always been my favorite video game. I would say my second favorite video game has to be Jack and Daxter. I love that Jack and
I
Daxter.
still haven't played Jack and Daxter.
Really, oh, I love it. Jack and Daxter. It's so cool, man. I love also Sly Cooper. That's one that
Sly
they
Cooper's awesome.
they promised a video game adaptation about that like from some years ago, and I don't know, they never did anything. And I read on Wikipedia that finally they scrapped it because they didn't have either enough budget or I don't know what happened, but they had to scrap it. And actually it looked actually pretty decent. It reminded me of TMNT style, the new one a bit. So I
Okay,
was
yeah.
like, oh shit, man, like
I'd
that
like to
that
see a
sucks.
Sly Cooper movie. Those games do have strong stories for like platformers of their kind. Like
Sly
they're
Cooper would definitely be a great video game like video game to like make it animated video game of Sly Cooper or maybe like your 2D whatever and put it on movie theaters. I swear people will go see it.
yeah,
That's for sure. Kenny said Crash Bandicoot War
Wrath
Wrath
of
of
Cortex.
Cortex. I will say that Crash Bandicoot 2 I think has the best soundtrack of any Crash, at least from the PS1 Crash that I've played. I think it's the best soundtrack I've heard from the Crash series of PS1 at least. Because I didn't play a lot of Crash Bandicoot from the PS2 era. I maybe Twin
Neither
Sanity.
did
That's the
I.
only one. Yeah, that's the only one I played. Kenny
That,
Sparks says Crash Bash. Yes, yeah, Crash Bash. Yo, I actually, yeah, this one, man, Crash Bash. I love it so much, Crash Bash. Kenny said the first Crash is unbelievably difficult. It is. It is.
yeah, that is
Another
true.
video game that's so difficult. It's Jack 2. Like, so you play Jack 1. Okay, so
Mhm.
basically Jack and Daxter. It's so weird because Jack and Daxter one, it's like your typical Crash Bandicoot, typical, like platformer games. But this is 3D, But it's
Hmm.
really, yeah, like, you have to collect some diamonds, you have to collect this, you have some little powers, blah, blah. And then out of nowhere, like Jack 2, like they go to the future. Now it's like people have guns. It's really dark. Like you listen to the soundtrack of the first Jack and the second Jack, it looks like two complete separate worlds. Like it's like listening to Super Mario and then you're listening to Metroid. Like it's so completely different. Like, and you don't have to collect any things anymore. Now you have to kill people. You have guns and everything. I'm like, whoa. And
Oh,
that
okay.
and that game is so difficult, man. You get hit 3 times, you die. Like it was extremely difficult. Like it's unbelievable. It reminds me of
Okay.
Crash the first one. It's so difficult as well.
Yeah,
So
I need to. I think I have those games on like the PS3 collection because they
okay.
had like a multiple things. So I need to dig out my PS3 and play those.
Yeah, because I
Oh
think I have the Sly Coopers 1 and 2. I don't have the third one. I have
yeah, I have all those, and then I have the collection as well.
oh yeah, okay. And also wait, I just want to see what Ken said. Loved Crash
Love.
GTR. Yeah, me too. Guys, have
Oh,
you played the new version, the newer one, like the
no, I haven't.
remaster? I heard it's actually really really good. Like they combined the
Yeah,
first TR with the other one that came in on PS2.
yeah, I do want to play them, and also the Crash Bandicoot remakes and Crash Bandicoot 4.
Four, yeah.
There's a bunch of them, and then there's also the Spyro
Yeah,
remakes,
the
which I haven't
Spyro,
really
yeah, the
played.
Spyro. I've never been like a huge fan of Spyro, like because I've never owned them necessarily, except the
Oh,
first
I
one.
like the PS1 games. Or the first two. I haven't played three, but yeah, I
Yeah, I think
remember I used to whenever I go to like hotels and stuff when I was younger, they'd have
oh,
like
nice.
those like games that you could like pay to play for like an hour or something. And yeah, that's how I played the first Spyro for a long time. So
Man, that's cool. Yeah, like I remember I played Spyro, but it was too old. The CD was too old, so like after 1 week, it was gone. So I couldn't play it anymore. So that's why I didn't play a lot of Spyro. I remember it was charming. It was cool. It was cool to play
yeah.
Spyro. So, but yeah, definitely, yeah, Crash. I remember like Super Smash Bro. I was always like, please put Crash Bandicoot. They didn't put it, unfortunately, but
Not
hopefully a
yet.
movie. Hopefully a movie. Yeah, I would love that. Yeah, Kenny, I'm with you. I would love a movie. I think you too, Ian, right? You would love a Crash Bandicoot movie.
Yeah, it could be a lot of fun. I think
Yeah,
that an animated series too for Crash Bandicoot because it never did that either. I think
yeah,
that could
animated
work.
series would be cool. But so you will have Crash. Crash doesn't speak, so you just let him like that, or
Well,
you
I
do
mean,
you put
Mario
him?
doesn't speak really,
Oh yeah, and they gave him a voice. Huh? Yeah, true. Okay, yeah,
so I mean, it
maybe
had to
put
be
again Charlie Day to play Crash Bandicoot, the voice of.
Charlie Day would work as Crash Bandicoot. I
Yeah, I
think
know it
though.
would work. Yeah, it would work. Yeah, I'd say like that, but I'm like, hey, actually, it would work. Charlie Day would actually work for that. So yeah, man. Yeah, so yeah, me, I would love yeah Crash Bandicoot to have a movie adaptation. Um, Tom Holland hyped me because he said like if he could do another video game adaptation because he did Uncharted, he would love to do Jack and Daxter. With all the respect, I don't see him as Jack, but I love the idea. So thank you, Tom Holland. And ever since that, I'm like, oh, Jack and Daxter, please. But really, the one I would love, and that's why like it's so funny because you said, "Oh yeah, you kind of like some quirky games or just random games." The one I would love to see in live action, and I don't play this a lot, but Brie Larson hyped me so much. It's the Animal Crossing. I don't know why. I would love to see that. Like I don't know what to expect, man. But if Brie Larson is down for that, if she wrote the script for that, I'm down for that, and I want to see why because like she's really into it. Like she pitched like two versions of it apparently, and one of them I think got actually green light, but it's still I think she's after she's done with Marvel, at least the Marvels one. Yeah, probably we're gonna hear some news about that. So I'm actually interested about that. I can't wait to see that.
yeah, okay.
But what do you think they can do for Animal Crossing? I've never played Animal Crossing, so I don't
Well,
really
that's
know.
yeah. I mean, I've only played the first one for GameCube, so I'm not that up to date on the series. But I don't. see what you could really do. It's like
Yeah.
they
And
could
she
just
said a
dig
live
up
action.
bells.
And Brie Larson said it's a live action. I'm like, whoa, okay,
I mean,
that's
it's literally called Animal Crossing. I
I don't
don't
know,
see it
man.
as being live action. So
Oh man, it's gonna. Do you imagine it's like a Lion King once again? Like like they don't have any emotions because they're too real.
yeah, it's like
No,
and that's
they
the
should.
thing. Other thing too is that the Lion King, despite what people want to say, is not a live action remake. It's an
No, it's
animated
not. Yeah,
remake.
it's an animated. But they should do like Detective Pikachu. I think that they should do because they keep the expressions and everything while being
Yeah,
live
yeah, they could
action.
do that.
Kenny said, "Let's see, I'd like a Donkey Kong spin-off from Mario." I actually heard that they are doing that. I actually heard that at least Seth Rogen has been kind of teasing that he's working on that. Yeah,
Yeah, I mean,
definitely.
I think Seth Rogen, based off of the TMNT movie, he'd probably do a pretty good job with that.
Yeah. Like I would love. Like it's actually like yeah, people loved Seth Rogen as Donkey Kong. They have everything that they. Illumination is a great studio for Donkey Kong, so this is like easily one of the projects that Nintendo should have on mind. Like Donkey Kong, I would love to see Donkey Kong for sure. Donkey
Yeah, me
Kong.
too.
I told you with Illumination, Kirby would fit like amazingly. Kirby
Yeah,
and
you are right.
Illumination, oof.
Absolutely.
Like that's a dream come true. Like Kirby and Illumination, that's dream come true.
I don't
Legend
know
of
what they
Zelda.
would
That's sorry.
do with Kirby because like he's also kind of a silent protagonist. But like I remember I watched the Kirby TV show, the Kirby Right Back at Ya, and they
Yeah.
just yeah, it was the same thing. He was a silent protagonist, but they gave him like the two people who kind of worked with him. So I'd actually kind of like some of these adaptations to try to actually make their characters silent to see what they can do because I
That would
think
be
that would
interesting.
be kind of a yeah, it'd be kind of like a Charlie Chaplin or something that like
But you see, that's why I believe that Legend of Zelda would work a bit better if they have a Link that's silent. Like I think because that's more of a serious story.
yeah,
I'm pretty sure that Hollywood won't like that. They will try to give a voice to Link, but I would love not to. Like I think they could do it. They could pull it
you
off,
know
especially Legend of
who I
Zelda.
think could do that is Gennady Tartakovsky, the guy who did like Samurai Jack and Primal and stuff like that. He's really good at like making really serious, dramatic, like animated stuff.
Yeah, it would be good.
And
Yeah, true,
I
true.
think that if he got on to a Zelda project, he could probably do it justice.
That would be good. Yeah. Kenny said, "Oh, that's a bold choice, Kenny. Marvel versus Capcom would never happen, but I'd love to see that. Man, if that happens,
Gonna
man.
take you for a ride.
Nah, 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 nah. Wait, I have that actually, but a Japanese version. I have that on the Sega Dreamcast.
Oh, I love
The
that game.
Oh, it's so good. It's so good. But I don't like the Japanese version. And I'm not gonna say not because I don't understand, it's just because unfortunately for at least for us in North America, my friend went to France. He bought me the Japanese version of Marvel vs. Capcom 2, which I'm eternally grateful. The problem is that that CD, that freaking CD, you all right, so basically since it's in Japan it's arcades. They used to play in arcades, not really in like in consoles. Consoles came like later on, so it was really meant for arcades. So to unlock some characters you can buy with the money that you win by defeating your opponents,
Mm-hmm.
but also you have money from the arcade, and that sucks because for example Iron Man, I need money that I make from the arcade, and I don't have that. You can't do that, so it's just so you're fucked, like literally. So every time I play Marvel vs. Capcom 2, like I have a bunch of characters that I don't have, and I try to cheat code. Like my friend burned another CD where you can play a little bit better, let's say like that, but still like I could unlock only like two other characters, but yeah, you can't really have the full roster, and that sucks. So that's why I'm like, ah, shit, screw the Japanese version because of that. I would have loved the North
I
American
remember
version.
the North American version, which I do have. Um, what would happen is you could go into training mode, and every so often, like every minute or so, you get like 1,000 points in training mode that you could
Yeah.
use. And so what I would do is I'd just turn on my console and I'd leave it on overnight, and then by the
Oh my
time I
god.
woke up, I'd have plenty of money
Oh
to
my
just get
god.
everything I needed. So
Oh my god, yeah. Oh my god, that's crazy, man. I didn't know that about the training mode. I should have done that. But anyway, like it doesn't matter to me, like because I was low on cash, but I bought everything I could, but that's it. Like I can't buy Iron Man, I can't buy Wolverine with his
Did you
was
see
it
if the
his
training
metallic.
mode trick still works on the Japanese version? I don't know if it does or not.
No, I'll see about that, but I mean, like, but the thing is, like, it will just give me money from the game, but I need money from the arcade. I don't have that. That's the problem.
Oh, fair
Because
enough.
like you have two, like you have a yellow money and you have a blue money. The blue money's from the arcade, so I'm like, oh, here, screw this. Like, I don't. That sucks, and then yeah, that's why. Like, but yeah, it's a really nice game. But you know what? Like just like that, I would love. Okay, who would I? What Capcom owned could work as a live action? Or just like an adaptation. I mean, Street Fighter is the most popular, and they screwed that up so many times.
No, I would say Resident Evil is the most popular in terms of the live action
Oh yeah,
movie
true. Yeah,
adaptations of Capcom.
yeah. I don't understand how they made like seven movies. I think only the first one I liked. The others, I was just like, what am I watching, man?
I think I've only seen the first one in its entirety. I've seen like parts of the other ones, but
Oh man, there is one game I would love them to. You know, the problem with Capcom is that in the '90s they had so many great IPs that they left abandoned forever. Like there's this game called School Rivals.
okay.
Yeah, I don't remember the yeah, I think yeah, School Rivals. It's a pretty nice concept. Like it's just like you're fighting with teenagers and also teachers, and everybody has like their own powers and everything, and there's like a drama in the school. I mean, it's a funny game, but also like a fun like story. So it would have been cool, to adapt that. Power Stone, like they even have an anime for Power Stone, free on YouTube. That
I
was
love
another.
Power Stone.
Oh my god,
Those
Power Stone
games
is
are fucking awesome.
like I don't understand why they never went to, especially knowing that Power Stone 1 and 2 were in the top 10 most sold games of Dreamcast. I don't understand why they never did something,
Yeah.
anything with Power Stone.
Power Stone 2 is one of the best fighting games I think ever made. So
Yeah, me too. Yeah, I think yeah, it's amazing. But I really love a lot the first one because like the second one, like you play at four, so you don't have this like one on one.
but I
It's
mean you
cool.
can play it one on one.
No, no, yeah, I know, but I mean, like the first one, it was so focused on the 1v1 that I don't know, like there was an aspect that I love that you don't have in the second one, but the second one, it's more like for like, yeah, for your pals. When your pals come,
Yeah,
you wanna
exactly.
wanna play
It's kind of like
multiple.
Super Smash Bros or something like that. It's like,
Yeah, yeah,
hey,
exactly, yeah,
everybody, let's come around and have a fun time.
exactly. Now you can do eight. Power Stone 3 should be eight as well. Like seriously, it should be eight. But it's just the concept. Like you take even like a bottle of water you can throw and just like you can even jump through the wall. It was just cool, man.
Yeah, Power
And
Stone is awesome. I would love
and
to.
that could be a great
I don't think that this will ever happen, but I would love to see a
which one?
video game movie for Jet Grind Radio or Jet Set Radio.
Is it the one where you do graffitis?
Yeah, it's old
Yeah, yeah.
rollerbladers doing graffiti. Like that would just be so trippy and weird.
Wait, let me see.
Oh,
Kenny said, speaking of arcades, have you ever watched the Netflix anime High Score Girl? It's a very sweet and endearing slice of life anime. No, I've never watched that. Wait, let me see.
I've
What's
never even
that?
heard of it. So
Yeah, me neither. Wait, high score. Speaking of that, like actually it brings something interesting. Like Netflix, honestly, they're low key. They really. Speaking of video game adaptations, like they really brought. How can I say this? Like they brought some prestige, I believe, to the video game adaptations. Like they really
that's
like,
true.
and also to the anime. I know they had some terrible anime, but honestly, like they really pushed that forward, and they have some great animes in their platform, and nobody talks really about it.
Yeah, I mean, I don't even know any Netflix anime that I've seen off the top of my head. I mean, there probably are at least a couple, but
Okay, I see it. No, I never seen this, but it looks really interesting. All right, I'm gonna save it. Thank you, Ken. I didn't know about this. It looks really cool. So yeah, she plays a lot of arcades, it seems. Okay. That seems cool. One of my favorite Netflix animated shows. It's the Great Pretender. That's amazing, man. You should watch that.
The Great
Great,
Pretender.
yeah,
Okay.
Great Pretender. So it's so basically it's like some guys that they. How can I explain this? Like, wait, you know what? I'm just gonna do the synopsis just in case. The Great Pretender. But my problem with Netflix is that they have so much things, like so many IPs, that they don't continue. That's the problem with Great Pretender. Like they kind of tease you they're going to have another season, but I don't think we'll ever see that season.
Okay.
Yeah, that's a problem. Yeah, that's a huge problem of
That's the kind of thing I kind of learned from Netflix. Is that's probably why I don't keep up with a lot of their series until like they're
don't get
done.
too attached.
Yeah, exactly. So
Don't get too attached to Netflix. Yeah, yeah, no, that I made the mistake with Great Pretender because like it's so good, but unfortunately it sucks. Like I don't think they're ever going to yeah to put something else because like technically it's supposed to be done at least for Netflix standards that it's supposed to be
mhm.
done, but then they have like a credit scene, and yeah, it's crazy. They have a credit scene, and they tease you like there's something that you're like, oh my god, like I can't believe this is happening, and that's it, and you don't know what's gonna happen.
It
But
sucks. I'm actually reviewing a TV series on my channel, like episode by episode, right now called Reboot. I mean, I think, well, yeah, you
yeah, of course I remember.
you're
Yeah,
part of
Reboot.
it, so it's like,
Yeah.
yeah, that unfortunately ends on a cliffhanger too. So it's a shame, but
Oh really? There's the season 4? Oh shit.
yeah, that's so. I mean, I don't know if you kept up with it at all, but uh, if you're planning on watching more of it, you should probably be prepared to
Oh
like,
my god, yeah, that sucks, man. Kenny
yeah,
Sparks. My three fighters were always Spider-Man, War Machine, and Jin. Oh, that's a for Marvel vs.
Marvel versus
Capcom.
Capcom.
Oh, that's really good, man. I used to have. I always picked. What's the ninja guy's name? Crap.
Oh, Raiden.
No, no, no.
From Ninja Gaiden, or no, wait, that was Konami. Or
Yeah, I don't know. Wait. Oh,
was it?
crap.
Was that Konami or Capcom?
Like he has a blue shirt and everything. He has like a red scarf. Oh crap.
Oh, Strider.
Yeah, yeah, Strider. I
Strider.
used
Okay,
to,
yeah.
yeah. It was Strider, Captain America, and the last one I think it was the. This is the original character that they had for the game. The girl with the girl that has like a pirate ship and she can throw like she can do like a cannonball.
Oh yeah, I forget what character
Yeah,
that's.
yeah. I used to
Oh
have
wait,
her.
is that Shantae? Because
Shantae? No, no, no.
that's a Capcom character.
Oh yeah, really, Shantae?
I'm pretty sure that's Capcom.
I thought it was
That's a.
Nintendo.
I mean, it's on Nintendo, but
Yeah, yeah.
uh,
So who were your fighters?
oh
I mean,
man,
I mean,
I
I had
like.
more. I mean, I had more for sure, but
Yeah,
I
me
remember.
too. Like that's the thing is, I one of the things I loved about Marvel vs. Capcom was just the chaos of everything, and
Yeah,
like picking these different fighters that I didn't even know what the fuck they were gonna do a lot of the time, and then it's just
yeah, I
like they do these
know.
crazy moves. But trying to think which ones did I really like. I loved Tron Bonne.
Oh
She
yeah,
was
yeah,
one of my
Tron.
favorites.
Oh yeah,
um,
Tron. Yeah, yeah, Tron. There was
uh,
this girl with
I think
the.
Juggernaut I used a lot because every time I just remember like I would always call some like when you could like call your other teammates on the into the battle, all they just kept doing was hearing Juggernaut, Juggernaut, Juggernaut,
Juggernaut.
Juggernaut.
Oh man,
uh, but yeah, Tron was probably my favorite.
yeah, Tron. Yeah, yeah. Well, my favorite was Iron Man. I love Iron Man a lot.
Iron Man was good in that, yeah.
When I played him, like when I played to my because my friend had the American version, so I used to take always Iron Man. But with my
I
version,
remember
I don't have him.
I used to play as Wolverine a lot and Iceman. Those were
Oh yeah, Iceman. Yeah. Oh my god, so many characters they have. Like seriously,
yeah, it's a
it's
huge,
crazy.
huge cast of characters.
There's also like a mummy. I remember there was a mummy I used to take pick sometimes.
Yeah, I remember that one too.
He's from Capcom, I believe. So, oh, there was also Shumagorath. I used to pick from the Marvel side. So yeah, man, so many classics. Seriously, so many classics. Yeah. So he said, "How could you forget Mega Man? Well, how could I forget Mega Man? I love a Mega Man movie. Oh yeah, that would be cool. A Mega Man movie would be nice though.
Oh
That would be
yeah, I mean that would. I'm just imagining it though. It'd probably have to be pretty high budget if they wanted to do it properly.
yeah. Like it's if you want to do a live action, it's yeah that's a high budget.
I
I don't
mean,
know if that will work out as a live action, like a Mega Man movie, live
it'd
action
probably
movie.
be better as like an anime, like Astro Boy style.
Yeah, probably yeah. But I know like I didn't follow a lot of Mega Man media, like especially like outside of the video game. But I know they have a show, right? They have a show. They have some
I
the
believe
Battle
they had,
Network stuff.
yeah, the Battle Network were the video games, but I don't know if they had the show too. But they did have an anime, and I think they had a Saturday morning cartoon that was made in America too.
Oh wow,
But
okay.
I'm not even sure about all that entirely. So I mostly know from the games.
Okay, wow. Okay, I didn't know that. Hey, so we have another movie tuber here, Zach Attack Reviews. How are you doing, man? Hey, you're still live. Yeah, we're still live. We're going to end soon. We're going to end soon because
Yeah, we're
I
getting
think
on 2 hours almost.
yeah, and I think we also covered like most of the things we wanted to talk. But hey, man, thank you so much for joining, man. Thank you so much for joining. And
Yeah, my
well,
pleasure.
yeah, well, since you're there, yeah, we're talking about like what are the video games that we would love to see an adaptation from. So let us know.
Actually, maybe if I duck down, you can choose some from my. Let's see, what games are there?
All right, so we see Ice Climbers.
Ice Climbers, the movie, would be pretty freaking cool.
Oh, actually,
Could you
okay.
imagine like a survival horror movie with the Ice Climbers where they're like stuck on a mountain and they have
Actually,
to
the
survive?
survival horror would be this one. What if you do a Earthbound Mother style, Freddy, Five Nights at Freddy style? You know, like what's the name of the guy? Porky, I believe that's his name.
Oh yeah. Well, it
Yeah,
depends.
like
If you're American, then it's Porky. If you're Japanese, it's Pokey.
Pokey. So what if he's chasing? Like it's his point of view. He's chasing the kids. Lucas Ness. But that would be so dark.
Earthbound gets pretty freaking dark at times. So
Yeah, that's what I heard. Huh?
yeah, that
Uh,
last boss is pretty. Uh,
all right. So
oh,
Kenny said, "All right, guys, gotta go." Thank you so much, Kenny, for being here,
yeah.
man. So
Thank
guys,
you.
if you're new here or you don't know Kenny, go subscribe to Kenny Sparks. He's an amazing content creator, and I love him so much. He's really cool, and he has a lot of things that he will be bringing to his channel. So be sure to check that out, man. He said, "Have a great stream." Thank you so much, Kenny, man. Thank you so much for being here. I really appreciate it. Zach said, "Mega Man done Super Mario Bro movie style could be great." Yeah, it could be. So a lot of Mega Man love here.
I don't know. I think maybe it could work in the Mario movie style. Yeah, then maybe. I
I
think
mean,
it could.
like he brings a good point. Like like they have that because like yeah actually yeah it could work yeah like with Illumination they bring Mega
Yeah.
Man, yeah, it could work, yeah.
That's the thing is too is like with Mega Man, there's so many different series out there that all have different tones. They're like Mega Man, Mega Man X, Mega Man
Yeah,
Legends, Mega Man and Bass, Mega Man and or the Mega Man Battle Network. Like there's so many
yeah,
different
Battle
things that
Network.
they've done with Mega
Yeah, true,
Man,
yeah.
and yeah, you could do it in the Mario movie style.
Yeah, I agree, yeah, actually it could be part of the yeah. Slade the Spire could be epic as a show, and that I don't know. Do you know that one?
I have no idea what that is.
Wait, I'm going to check. Thank you so much for making us
I
learn
don't even
some
know
new
if that's a comic book or a movie
no, it's a I
or
think
a
it's a
game.
video. Okay, Slay the Spire. Hey, I don't know about this. Okay, this is interesting. It looks like. Wait, what console is this? Is this? All right, so it's a solo Nintendo Switch, Android, Microsoft, iOS. I
Hmm.
don't know about this one, but okay, yeah,
Okay, it's like a newer game, I guess.
yeah, it's a newer game. Okay, yeah, it could be cool. What would you do it though? Like a okay, you said as a show, animated show, I believe, or do you want a live action show? And if yes, where actually? Which streaming service? He also said, Zach also said, Hellblade: Senua's Sacrifice could be a great movie. Man, Zach, you're really bringing some good things here
Yeah,
because I don't
you're
know that.
really digging into the obscure stuff, which is good. I
which
mean,
is
I'm
good.
glad.
Yeah, I love to discover. Oh, this looks cool, man. Okay, okay, okay. Yeah, Hellblade: Senua's Sacrifice. This must be PS4. Yeah, it's PS4. Okay.
Well, actually, now that I'm looking at the characters behind me, I would love a Zelda movie that's done in Wind Waker style. That would be like that.
That would be dope. That would be dope.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would be dope. All right, yeah, yeah, I could see this Hellblade: Senua's Sacrifice. I could see this as a as a live action movie easily. Kind of reminds me a little bit, just aesthetic wise. All right, kind of reminds me a little bit of God of War, of Horizon. So yeah, I don't know if that's the gameplay. I'm not saying that, just aesthetic wise. But yeah, definitely, yeah, I would love that. He said animated like Castlevania from show from Netflix. Yeah, Netflix. I think they really crafted something beautiful with their animations.
What I would actually love too, again, looking behind me, is Star Fox.
Man, Star Fox, that would be cool. Star Fox.
Yeah.
I feel like Star Fox and Donkey Kong are probably the ones that Nintendo don't do a lot with them. Like
They
solo
do
wise.
more with Donkey Kong than they do Star Fox.
Yeah, like but even so, like they don't do a lot of like they barely do like solo things with them. They include I love that they include them in their projects, like bigger projects. But yeah, I don't see a lot of Star Fox, and that would be cool. Star Fox to see yeah, to see him shine more.
Yeah. Also, Kid Icarus. That would be really cool.
Kid Icarus would be cool. Yeah, Kid Icarus could work as a live action. Kid Icarus,
Yeah,
that's one.
that. But I also think like, oh, but if they did it animated, it could be done like the Hercules style.
It could be
It's,
dope. Oh, actually, wait. Speaking of live action, well, the one that could work fine, and they could have multiple movies of that Fire Emblem. It's too big, Fire Emblem, to not have them.
oh yeah, that's true. That could definitely work as a
Yeah, Fire
live
Emblem.
action. Yeah, yeah, absolutely, it could. Like that would
Fire
be
Emblem, like seriously,
kind of
Fire
like The
Emblem.
Witcher or. Oh yeah, The Witcher's a good enough example. Yeah, kind of like
But they
that.
have already Netflix. This is on the other member of the movie tubers, so it's Jason, the other Jason, dropping by to say hi, Jason. Thank you so much, Jason. How are you doing, man? People go to subscribe to Screens and Reviews. Also, he's really cool, really talented. I really love the aesthetic of his videos. Like, I mean, everyone, but like he really takes a lot of time with the aesthetic of his videos, and I love it so much, man. Thank you so much for being here, man. Thank you for dropping by, man. Um, also, like, thank you guys for being here. Like, I know, like, I think right now Luke has his 500 subs, and I would love to see that too. So thank you so much for saying hi, and I really appreciate that. So Zach says the aesthetic is like God of War, like you said. Sorry, it's my screen. It's bugging a little bit. Okay. It's also based on Norse mythology, an animated Star Fox movie like Rogue Squadron. I can't see the last
Would
name.
be dope. Would be
Would be
dope
dope.
is what it
Yeah,
is.
would be dope. Yeah, it would be dope. Yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot I think that they could do with Star Fox. Plus, I think Star Fox is one of those series where like it's been remade so many times that people probably know the story of it, of like Andros and then Star Fox's dad dying, and then like
Yeah,
all
yeah.
that different stuff. So yeah, you could do a movie out of it.
Ooh, okay, Zach, you're gonna make me walk and go pick some games, man. Because Fire Emblem, Xenoblade Chronicles, and he touched a sweet spot for me. Final Fantasy could be great movies,
I mean,
man.
they did make
Final
Final Fantasy movies. There's the Spirits Within.
man, that Final Fantasy doesn't even count.
No, I don't think it does, but
But okay, but for I'm gonna defend a little bit that movie just because growing up I didn't know what Final Fantasy was until like okay, so I had Final Fantasy 5 and 6, but I was like 8 years old, so I wasn't self-aware enough that that was Final Fantasy, right? So when I watched
yeah.
Final Fantasy, The Spirited Within, I didn't make the connection that that was supposed to be part of the Final Fantasy universe or whatever. I didn't even know that there was a Final Fantasy universe. So when I watched that movie, honestly, I thought it was okay as a movie itself. then when I finally understood that this is part of Final Fantasy, I'm like, this has nothing to do with Final Fantasy. So that's where I'm like, it kind of sucks. But as a just a movie like that, I thought it was actually just okay. Like I was entertained enough. But that's Jason
And
from
I
Jason 8 years
actually
old.
I actually kind of disagree in a way that I think Fire Emblem, Xenoblade Chronicles, and Final Fantasy would be great TV shows more than movies. Like with an RPG story, you don't want to try to condense that down into 2 hours. Like that's a lot. I would say that you'd probably be better off making it like a
Yeah, true.
TV
Yeah,
show.
I mean, I could see it as a movie, but it depends what they want to do.
Yeah,
But yeah, like yeah, for sure. I think yeah, they would definitely. I think especially for story wise, they would definitely be better as a series. That's for sure. I heard that Final Fantasy IX is getting an animated show. Actually, they were developing that. I don't know when it's gonna
nine. I
come.
mean,
Yeah, yeah.
is
For some reason, they picked the nine, but I love nine. Nine doesn't get a
yeah.
lot
No,
of
I'm not like
views.
shitting on nine, but it's just like it seems kind of random.
Wait, if I may, I'm just gonna go take some stuff.
Okay, go right ahead.
If I may.
I don't have any of my games with me right now because I'm visiting. Well, I'm looking after people's pets. So
Yeah,
I
my
mean,
bad, man.
I have my Switch, but that's about it.
It's okay, man. All right, so I couldn't find the other ones, but I'm all right. I'm getting a bit. All right, can we see me? Yes. All right, because
Yep.
Screen Zen says Final Fantasy in 3D animation, like the spirit within that animation is top notch. Yeah, I remember actually they have one.
Yeah, that's true. Like the
Design
animation
Children, right?
side was very. I don't know. It was very groundbreaking. I'd say, even though
Yeah,
not a whole lot of movies followed that trend, but like it was very far ahead of its time in terms of the technology.
yeah. So I have here. I hope we can see it though. Well, this is the Final Fantasy one. I don't have the cover though. Like I just had to put another
Final Fantasy One.
one and two. Yeah, it's Final Fantasy
Oh,
Origin,
okay,
so you have
that
one
makes
and two
sense.
together. This one, oh, this is awesome. This one, Final Fantasy four, one of my favorite fantasy, and also Chrono Trigger with it.
Yeah, can't go wrong with that combo.
Yo, Chrono Trigger for me is the best RPG I've played, at least in PS1. I'm not gonna
Actually,
go.
yeah, like a Chrono Trigger movie or TV show. Like, what would that be?
Oh, that would be cool. I have this is my first Final Fantasy I ever got. Final Fantasy Anthology, which is the I hate that we don't see it very well. I'm like trying to really
As
no.
far as
That's
I can tell, you're just holding up your background.
okay. Yeah,
Okay,
Final
there it
Fantasy.
is.
This is five and six together on PS1.
Six is amazing. I haven't
Six,
played five. But
yeah, six for me. I'm always debating which one is the best RPG, six or Chrono Trigger, because like, well, this for me, I know people love this one. I feel it's a bit underrated. I love it. Okay, don't get me wrong. I love it so much, but man, compared to six, I feel it's a bit underrated, and that's the classic one, Final Fantasy VII.
mhm.
Like the most spoken Final Fantasy ever. Like crazy, crazy.
Yeah, a lot of
And
people really love that one. So
yeah, I know. Like everybody loves seven, and I understand why, but I don't know. I feel like the way they talk about seven, it's like no art, no Final Fantasy. First of all, is up to seven, and I don't think that. Like I think
no,
six, way,
six is
way
better.
yeah, I think. But that's just our personal opinion, of course. This is
Oh yeah,
one of the most weirdest Final Fantasy for me. It's eight. Final Fantasy eight has a.
I don't like that one.
It's very weird how they the junction function. It's kind of weird. It's not. I didn't really enjoy that. I
Yeah, I
think the
only.
the. Oh yeah, go ahead. Sorry.
I was just gonna say I haven't played too many of the Final Fantasy games. The only ones I've played for like any sort of extended period of time are six, seven, and eight. And six was my favorite. Seven was pretty good. Eight I did not like.
Yeah, eight. I don't know. Like eight is really. It was really a tough sell. I remember like people. I think eight is one of the most divided Final Fantasy. Like either
Yes.
you love it, like at the point that it's better than, or at least at the same. They. I remember I had some friends that they consider eight as better or even better than the seven,
Mhm.
or others that they consider this is the worst Final Fantasy we had. This is one of the most charming Final Fantasy. Like I never heard something bad about Final Fantasy 9. It's not the greatest, but it's just chill, you know. It's just there. It's cool. Final Fantasy 9. I don't find right now Final Fantasy 10 and 12, but I have those as well at home. And I think Screen Z said Final
Doesn't 10
Fantasy.
have like Final Fantasy 10 Part 2 or something?
Yeah, that one I never played though. That one
Mm,
I never owned it, and I don't know. I wasn't really excited for that. He
yeah.
said Final Fantasy X was my favorite. As someone who got into those game late, X showed me why the franchise beloved. X, like Final Fantasy X, like it was just, yeah. I think like for me, it's maybe like in the top five Final Fantasy games. Like it's really groundbreaking. Um, I really love the soundtrack. It's amazing. The soundtrack, the the way that you play, like you know, it's still your typical like okay, you like your typical RPG where you find a monster, you have to beat them, but you have to wait, you know. But I don't know. Actually, for me, you're
Oops,
calling you
that was
late. No,
my
it's
bad.
okay. That's okay. But yeah, so it was really interesting. It was really an interesting Final Fantasy, and I really love it. The story, I think is one of the greatest stories of Final Fantasy. Like the story really, oof. But overall, for me, the six is my favorite. Final Fantasy six, my favorite for sure.
It's kind of funny. Like I was, there's kind of two long-running RPG franchises. Those being Final Fantasy and Dragon Quest. And
The
I kind of
Dragon.
made like a commitment a while ago. I'm like, I'm gonna try to play through all of the games in one of these series, and then maybe go on to the other one. So I
Oh my
started
god.
with Dragon Quest, and
Okay.
I only have about 3 games left to play. But after I do that, I'm gonna try to go
Wow.
through Final Fantasy.
Wow. Yeah. Okay. Well, I hope you're gonna enjoy it, man. Damn, Final Fantasy. That's a lot of hours, man. That's a lot of.
Oh
Even
yeah, dude,
Dragon
Dragon
Quest was so
Quest,
cool.
like yeah, like the Dragon Quest one's like killing me.
Oh my god. I never played Dragon Quest actually. Like that's an RPG I never tried yet. I
Yeah,
should. I should. I'm
it's a
gonna try
shame
one of.
because they didn't get popular here until like the PS2 era, but there was like such a rich history of the games before that. And yeah,
Damn.
it's I really love those games, especially 11. 11 is one of my favorite games of all time.
Damn, man. All right, man. All right, so Ian, we're 2 hours in the stream, so
I think
yeah,
that's
we
a good
covered what
time.
we wanted to talk. First of all, I just want to give some shout outs to Screens and Reviews. Thank you for being here. To Zack Attack Reviews also. Thank you so much, people. If you watch this later, subscribe to them because they're really awesome content creators. I remember Movie Time Minute was here. Kenny Sparks also. Yeah, Kenny Sparks here. Kenny Sparks, Movie Time Minute. So basically, the movie tubers. We had also Dark. Dark, thank you so much. Dark Movies. Yeah, Movie Time Minute. And my good buddy Jose Leiva Diaz, who actually, once we started, he was the one who already set the bar. Damn, that was cool, man. So yeah, Ian. So thank you so much for joining me on this live stream. Honestly, I couldn't have done it without you. Like I was actually, honestly, I was nervous about it. It went pretty well. I think it went pretty smooth. We didn't get too many people, but okay, that's fine. It's not too bad. I know there's like three other streams right now. Luke Ponto, I think also a friend of mine. Well, I recently know her, Popping the Popcorn. She's really awesome as well. And I've
Okay.
seen, I think there's a guy, yeah, one of my good friends, Jojo. I call him like that, but he's Joseph, the horror guy, was doing a live
Uh,
stream as well. So yeah, a lot of live streaming the same day. So that's why I was like, okay, yeah, it will be hard to, it will be hard, but it's okay. At least we talked what we wanted to talk, and I hope you had fun.
yeah,
I hope you had fun, man.
I
That's
did. Thanks for having me on. It's a pleasure.
Thank you, man. So before we go, like I just want you I want you to tell us what's yeah how to find you and what's coming next on your channel. So in three, two, one, the stage is yours, man.
You can find me at the YouTube channel. Okay, fine, be that way. There's a lot of stuff that's coming out in the future. We just had a few breakthroughs on a couple of content. I'm working with June the King, who's like a 300,000 subscriber channel right now, and yeah, there's a lot more stuff coming along the way. Search up my Game Dude documentaries because there's a lot more about that coming. There's Adult Swim reviews coming. There's I have a podcast now with my friend that we're going to try to do once a month. There's yeah, lots of TV show reviews coming, lots of documentaries coming, just lots of stuff coming. That's all you gotta say.
Yeah, that's good. That was perfect. All right, man. As for me, so I am supposed to have another live stream on my channel this Saturday with one of a great friend. Honestly, she's really cool. I can't wait for you guys to meet her. Oh, we have just before we go, we have movie time minute. Yeah, Fire Emblem is my favorite video game franchise of all time. I'd love to see something done with it. Yeah, so we said
Same.
I think a show would be fantastic from them. A show like Netflix, honestly, or yeah, maybe you can give it to Amazon if you want. But yeah, Fire Emblem definitely should have something. Honestly, I can't believe they don't have an adaptation. Like it's so popular right now. Like Fire Emblem, like
It is. It really is.
yeah, it's a big
But
seller. I didn't know that. Like I remember when Melee started, you were like, who are those two
yeah,
random guys with
exactly.
swords with swords? And
I
now
think
they
it's one
do
of
like
those series, kind of like Dragon Quest, where it became a lot more popular later in
yeah.
North America and stuff like that when people became more aware of it.
Yeah. So yeah, so but yeah, now in Japan, in North America, like it's every time there's a Fire Emblem, like I of course it's not like Legend of Zelda level, but still like I hear like that for the whole month. Like, oh my god, the new Fire Emblem came, blah, blah. I'm like, whoa, like I don't know what you guys are talking about, but awesome.
It's
So
kind of
yeah,
funny. It's like I remember when Fire Emblem Path of Radiance came out on the GameCube. I got it when it was new, and just because I just wanted to play it because I played as Marth and Roy in Smash
yeah.
Bros. And I didn't like I loved it, but I was like, oh damn, nobody's playing this. And nowadays that game's worth like $300. I was
Oh
glad
my
I got it
god.
when I was new.
Oh my god, man. Yeah, that's crazy, man.
Yeah.
So man, so thank you so much, everyone. Like I said, again, movie time minute. Okay, before we go, movie time minute. He said, "Hey, by the way, we're not in a hurry. It's just like we kind of finished what we wanted to say. But if you want to send us more message, we're here, man." He said, "Oh, Path of Radiance, my favorite of all time games. Is this from Fire Emblem? I suppose.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's the GameCube
Okay.
one.
Okay.
My
Yeah.
favorite was Awakening on the 3DS, but Path of Radiance is up there too. Oh,
Yeah.
actually, no. Three Houses is probably my favorite. I forgot about that one. But
Yeah,
then
that's what I was about
Awakening.
to say. I played Three
Yeah.
Houses a little bit, and I played the one with Ike. I don't remember the
That's Path
title.
of. Well, there's two of them with Ike. There's Path of Radiance on the GameCube,
What's
and
the
then
other?
there's Radiant Dawn on the Wii.
Okay, yeah, yeah, that's the one because it wasn't Path of Radiance. Yeah, it was the other one.
Yeah. Okay.
So yeah, fair enough. Speaking of GameCube, one I love was the Tales of Symphonia, Tales of
Oh, right, right.
Vesperia.
I would love to see a Chippy Robo movie if we're talking GameCube. I
Oh,
don't
that
think
would be
that'll ever
cool.
happen.
That would be cool. Yeah, that would be cool, man. Movie time minute. We like Ike. I fight for my friends. That's what Ike would say. Yeah, I love Ike. I love Ike.
We like Ike. We
We
like
like
Ike.
Ike. We. Yeah, I love Ike. Ike is cool. I love Mart, but Ike, man.
Yeah,
Sorry,
well,
Ike is
I
fantastic.
do like Path of Radiance a lot more than the game that Marth is from, which was Shadow Dragon.
Yeah, those were like the first.
Yeah.
Movie time minute said I think Engage is better than Three Houses as far as Switch games go, but I don't think Three Houses would be a better story for a show or movie. Okay.
He says I do think Three
Oh,
Houses would
sorry.
be
Yeah, yeah.
better.
My bad. I do think. Yeah, I do think Three Houses. Yeah, would be better.
I still haven't
Um,
played
yeah,
Engage actually.
yeah, I think so too. I mean, I can't really talk a lot about like the. I can talk a little bit about Three Houses, but I didn't finish the game. Like I played it like for I don't know like for 4 days or something like that because I rented at the library. Like before, you could rent it like for just like 5 days. No, sorry, 3 days, and you can call and say, can I have an extra day?" Now you can rent a game for like a month, and like for example, Spider-Man 2, I could rent that right now, and it's crazy. Like for 2 weeks, you can rent that already for
Yeah, that
free.
is pretty crazy. Now that I think about it, it's weird.
It's Yeah, it's crazy. So instead of that's why I have friends like they don't buy games anymore. They just rent it at the library and that's it.
That makes
It's like
sense.
yeah, actually, yeah, that saves you money, man. So yeah, but yeah, I do believe. Anyway, I would love to see something about Fire Emblem. Honestly, like they should, but they
Yeah.
should start with Marth because I think like Marth is still the face of Fire Emblem. Or what do you think? Or they should start really with
No,
the
I think they should just start with a game with a better story.
okay, yeah. Yeah, okay, I agree with that. I mean, but I hope we can see Marth. That's for sure. Like Marth,
Oh yeah, I mean they could do stuff with Marth.
he's the hero king. He's the hero king, Marth, man. So anyway, like I was saying, like I wanted to thank the movie tubers for being here. I wanted to also thank everybody that came to the chat and also that left us message before the chat. So this was really fun. Seriously, it was a nice experience. Like my first time, it was a nice experience. And like I was saying, I should have another live stream. We're debating if it should be a live stream or a pre-recorded video, so I'll see about that. I rather work on the thumbnail first like before going into which one I should end up deciding. But yeah, so actually, so we're going to talk about Latinos in modern Hollywood. Like we're going to talk about like how the Hispanic representation have I think they have increased in modern Hollywood, and I think
Yeah,
like
I would
now
say
they're
so.
yeah, and now they're having I think like some interesting roles, and like I'm seeing more Hispanic actors nowadays. So we want to talk about that. We want to touch that subject. So that's why you were the first one for this subject, and now we're gonna have a second one. So yeah, but
Awesome.
man,
I hope it goes well for you guys.
thank you so much, man. So yeah, but it will be like at 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. That's why like I'm debating if it should be like a because like these guys, for example, well, even you, like you guys are like 3 hours less than us, or we have a 3 hours difference. So probably you're sleeping while we're doing this. So yeah,
Well,
that's why.
no, I have to wake up early now because I'm looking after dogs and I need to feed them in the morning. But
Nice, thank you, dogs. So yeah. So anyway, man. So Ian, thank you so much for being here, man, and thank you so much, everybody. So don't forget to go to Okay Fine Be That Way, subscribe to him. Also, don't forget to subscribe to Movie Time Minute, to Zack Attack Reviews, Kenny Sparks, Darks Reviews, Screen Zen Reviews. I got it right this time, and to everyone that pop in the comic section. So thank you so much, everyone, and we'll see you in the next time. Peace, everyone. Take care,
bye
everyone.
bye.